We've saved the world with Yami no games. Translators know that means shadow game. We've seen the end of an era, but now we're going back to zero. Join us as ShibuyaKaiba. Da da kokoro hikaru. Wait, wrong show. Shora.
Blue hair. Next you'll be telling me she has pronouns.
Calamity Carl.
Why is she purple?
And Bio-Roxas.
Hi. Translator note, a greeting.
Watch through Toei's original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, and using the power of the Millennium microphone. I don't know, fuck around in Domino for 28 episodes in a movie? Probably.
They took my fucking nose.
I'm so surprised. I know, like, we'll talk about it later when it comes up in that episode, but like, one episode or like a couple arcs or like an arc in the manga, and they were like, yeah, let's completely change up this whole thing and just do cards.
There's like, I think it's only one episode that is like an anime original plot so far, and they've changed a lot.
You wanna know why that is,
have
Bio?
they?
Yes.
Why? Because of Kawaii-ta!
Sakebiga!
Tanaka fa oxai again.
I love this fucking song.
I don't get it.
It is the opening song, which if you were watching on YouTube,
I
is
watched
cut
on
out.
YouTube.
It's cut out of every episode, so I'm gonna put it here.
Which is what I started watching, and I went, no, I can't do this. Then I went to Go Anime.
Yeah, that is.
Like,
The person that I was watching
opening.
had like their own like series they tried to like inject into the between the episodes. So it was like season 1, episode 1, and then it was like, here's a breakdown on why Taya is different than the Taya from the original, and I was like,
What?
what are you doing?
Christ.
Anyway,
You guys didn't see that?
The opening is in general, if you would like to watch it, because it is a banger. And
Kawaii
weirdly enough,
Tasakebi is really fucking good.
for the first like 4 episodes of the show, they used a weird version of it where the vocals cut off on a couple of words in a really weird way.
Yeah, TV edit.
No, not even. It was because then around episode 5 they fixed it, and I'm like, this is the Kawaii Tasakebi that I know.
So immediately I have to say something here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is really weird watching this fucking more manga faithful anime and realizing something feels off. What feels off? Oh, I know
No
what
nose.
feels off.
No,
He
no,
has a nose.
yeah, they drew him with the nose in this one because the early manga, for some reason, Takahashi was like, "No, this boy does not have a nose."
I hate that. No.
Yeah, it rules.
It's funny as hell.
There are some panels where he has a nose, but then there's others where there's just nothing.
Yeah, it's like side shots you can see his nose. But anytime he's looking at you from head on, there's no nose.
Which, frankly, is better for making him horrifying.
Also, I really
Yeah, he looks
really
awful.
like early Kazuki Takahashi's approach to the hair, because like it actually feels like hair.
It flows and looks like normal hair instead of something that's been gelled to oblivion.
Yeah.
Hey kids, you want to see a dead body?
No!
I'll make one.
I'm gonna
I'll
make like
more
6 of
than
them
one.
for you.
No, the best part is that Yami don't kill people.
This version of him
He
doesn't.
just, he does like the mind crush or whatever he calls it.
Yeah.
Which is none of it real, or is it partly real, or how does that work?
The mind crush is, for the most part, the punishment that he uses for losers of the shadow game. And what it does is that it preys on that person's, like, worst trait or their greatest fear. And it's...
Mm-hmm.
It is basically eternal torment until they die.
Can they not win? Is that a thing? Can they not
They
just not
can win. The problem is that everybody he plays the shadow game with, the shadow game draws out their true nature. So because Yugi's a good kid and generally selfless and not really too greedy or anything, he's fine. Yami doesn't remember shit, so he's fine. He just thinks he's part of Yugi. And then whoever he's fighting, like, let's say, the jobber from episode 1, Ushio, he is a greedy piece of shit who's willing to manipulate others for his own ends, so he ends up being a greedy piece of shit who breaks the rules of the game, and as such, receives the penalty.
Okay.
That's the game. Yeah, I don't mean to alarm you guys, but there's been a bunch of people just sort of standing over there waiting for us to do something. They're kind of creeping me out. They just keep looking, beady little eyes.
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm waiting for us to welcome them into our home.
Why the fuck would we do that? This is a darker
Temple
season.
of
This is a
Play.
darker Millennium microphone. Get out of our house. Listen from outside. We have speakers on the porch, and you're not going to watch us while we record. You're going to go out on the front, you're going to stand on that lawn, and you are going to enjoy the content we give you.
What the fuck is
You get
this
to watch
bit?
it on the TV.
I have no idea.
Welcome to the Millennium microphone.
Hi.
Ow!
Welcome. I'm so confused.
I don't know. This is such a bad bit. I'm sorry we're starting season 0 like this. Also, for everybody who hates that we're calling it season 0, it's just the easiest way to distinguish that it's pre-Duel Monsters. So I'm sorry, just deal with it. Because I know there are purists who hate it.
It's either we call this Yu-Gi-Oh! And original Duel Monsters, or we call this season 0.
And season 0 is the fucking agreed upon name by the majority of the fandom, so get fucked.
Yeah. But I don't know if I'm gonna be cutting that talk out, so I'm gonna drop a little bomb on all of our listeners. So Yugi in this version of the anime sounds like a fucking child.
Yeah.
Because
appropriately.
He looks like voiced a child by a female VA who's doing like a really high pitched fucking voice. And I looked it up because I'm like, who's even doing this? Is it gonna be fucking Bakura's VA again? But no, it's Megumi Ogata, who voices Nagito motherfucking Komaeda in Danganronpa. And I was cackling for 20 straight minutes, because now I'm just thinking of Yami, Yugi, and Komaeda both doing the hand thing.
Awful. Absolutely terrible.
When there's a white-haired anime boy already in Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's not the one voiced by Megumi Ogata, it's so funny. Because Yami Bakura being that voice would have been so much more fitting, and the parallel would have been even funnier. Instead, we have this.
There was a distinct lack of card game. Like, there were some card game, but it was a distinct lack of every episode having card game.
Well,
there were like 2 whole card games. Weird. It was great.
There was 2 card games?
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
Literally this first episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
played a game with cards.
I get it.
Technically a card game.
Technically.
I do love the vibes of early Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Kazuki Takahashi is just like, alright, what am I hyperfixating on this week? Oh, war? Yeah, let's do, like, life or death war. Let's fucking go.
It's really fun that you can tell Takahashi has, like, the proper mind for creating random games. Like, a lot of these actually work really well as just simple games to play.
Yeah, this man understands game theory and understands how to craft something fun.
That's just a theory.
I knew someone was gonna fucking do it.
Fucking kill you.
Oh man.
Actually,
so,
worst thought for an intro for season 0.
Mm-hmm.
I recreate the entire game theory thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Sprites.
I'll kill you.
Jesus.
I'm not fucking doing that. That's too much work.
That's a catchy song, though.
I'll recreate like the end card for game theory and have like a Yami sprite jumping, and I'll like redo all of that. But that's the extent that I will go to. I'm not going to do a full video version.
So, elephant in the fucking room.
It's a catchy song. It's a good song.
Since this is all in Japanese, they're going by the fucking Japanese names for characters.
Yes.
I will continue to refer to them by their fucking dub names.
These characters are so different to the ones in the dub, just because of how the dub portrays them and like twists
I will
some of the
continue
lines.
to name them by their dub name.
I'm gonna name them by the sub names, not only just to fuck with you, but also because I see them as like distinct enough in personality that I don't see this Honda as Tristan.
It's wild how much different they are in this season than the rest.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Anzu within 3 episodes going, shut the fuck up or I'm gonna kill you. Real good.
Shut your fuck.
Is in this one Yugi's the one that like falls in love with Anzu?
Yugi's always
And
had
she
a
doesn't
crush
really
on
care?
Anzu.
Oh, he has? I thought Teo was the one that was always in love with him.
They were childhood best friends, and Yugi has, like, always kind of thought she was cute. And then Taya. The problem is that Taya fell in love with Yami specifically.
Is that actual thing?
The anime that we all grew up on just doesn't play up the Yugi having a fucking crush thing that much. It plays more with the Taya having a crush thing.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So we got Yugimoto, which stays fucking the same, basically. I think they just say it differently. Muto.
Muto Yugi, yeah.
They also spell his name with 2 U's.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, it was weird.
Well, cause Osama.
Yeah.
Katsuya Jonochi.
Jonouchi.
So you can immediately see where they got Joey from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiroto Honda.
Meep meep.
This bitch is a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Is that Tristan?
Yes.
That's
Hiroto
Tristan.
Honda is Tristan. That one they just pulled out of nowhere.
I love that. Like Joey is like evil Joey, and then one of my lines is like evil Joey be like because he like says the opposite of what like I feel like their original Joey would say. Just really funny.
Well, yeah, he starts out as an asshole.
And then we got Masaki Anzu, which is just Taya. And that's all of them.
No,
that's all of them.
Blue hair pronouns.
I'm not acknowledging it.
Blue hair pronouns.
Why?
She's a main
The show
cast
barely
member.
acknowledges her, so neither will I.
No.
Multiple plot lines center around Honda having a crush on
Shibuya,
her. The
there
show
are-
acknowledges her, so you must as well.
Shibuya,
Shora.
there are
Why do you guys hate her?
Shibuya, there
I
are so
don't.
many scenes where she talks and none of the characters even acknowledge she fucking exists.
Okay, that doesn't fucking matter. She's in the end role. She's on the title. She is part of the cast for this adaptation. You're going to say her fucking name.
Say her name.
No.
I'm going to say Urpel.
All right, and we have Urpel. It's better than nothing. And I forget her last name, so I can't do the full introduction.
Herpel Marple.
Her name is Miho, not a character.
Nosaka Miho.
Her name is Wet Cardboard, and that's how I'll refer to her for the
Why
rest
do
of
you
the
guys
fucking
hate her?
series.
She hasn't done anything.
Her name is Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss, and she gaslights the fuck out of Tristan
I don't
constantly.
know about that,
Hey,
bud. I
hey,
don't know about that.
hey.
I wouldn't call this bitch a girl boss.
Hey, she got Tristan to stand in line for 4 hours for a fucking watch. That's pretty girl boss of her.
I don't know.
It sounds like she
bud.
just rejected both of you guys, and you're just still upset
It just
about
sounds like she's a fucking manipulator to me.
Yep. See.
Yeah, she gaslights, she gatekeeps, and then she girl bosses.
See, she was just
Anzu
nice
fucking
to
girl
you,
boss is
Carl,
better
and
than
then you
her.
took that the wrong way, and then you confessed
I'm
to
sorry,
her,
but Wet Cardboard is the Smormu of this show.
and then she was like, "No, that's okay. We'll just be friends."
Bio,
and
I
now
would
you're
rather
like on
slit
this
my
personal,
own fucking throat than talk to anyone who was the embodiment of this character.
Cat.
right? See, so now you made it. Now
No, it can't be that because then it's more true. She turned me down twice.
Carl?
so you made it your personal crusade
Sucks.
Hey, Carl.
to pull down this Miho character.
I'm taking my Boy Scout knife. I'm slitting my throat.
Hey, don't fucking do that. We gotta do 28
We
more episodes
we
of
got
this
an
shit.
opening for a position if anyone's out there. Love you, Carl.
Man.
I wish you were still gone.
What if I haven't even asked how our weeks are, and we're off to a fucking insane crackhead start.
Oh man.
Jesus. Also, sure, if you want to redraw Miho Smormu, that'll be funny. I'll do the bit again. I'll just reuse the animation.
Wait, can you draw? Wait.
No, I got you one better, Shibuya. I'm about
For
to work
season
on it.
0, can I be like a morphing of Miho and my Bio-Roxas character? Can you do that, Shore?
I did not
Can you
commission
pay me,
season
Bio?
0 art. So if you guys want season 0 icons, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket for that one.
I'm picturing Bio's character looking down at their hands, just like,
You know-
what have I become?
$50, Bio. I'll do it.
When was it? I
50's
might
not
actually.
that bad. Wow.
What was it? One time I I had my like the artist that I work with a lot what was it? They drew me as like Aqua, right?
Yeah.
Because I was doing like an Aqua mod, and somebody like flipped out. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's a girl. You can't dress like that." And I was like, "Oh, yikes!"
Cringe.
Yeah. Oh man, what a time.
Wow, boy, you really came in here to post cringe at me. It's wild.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
How's everybody's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
week been? Is what I'm gonna ask because I have stories.
No.
No is an acceptable answer. That is totally fine.
No. It's been rough, bud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I know. I'm sorry. Bio, how's your week been?
Good. My daughter turned 6 months today,
Nice.
Congratulations.
so she's huge. It's crazy.
Did you get her cake?
I have cupcakes, but not for her.
Didn't get her
And,
cake? What the fuck?
She can have some frosting. It's fine.
She
That's
cannot.
a treat.
Bio's like, I got these cupcakes. She's like, cuppy cake. And you're like, no. Don't touch them, you
You
little
think a
bastard.
kid can say cuppy cake at 6 months, my guy?
Well, I mean,
She can make
if there's...
grabby hands
Yeah.
for it, and that's
When
about it.
did babies start talking, Carl?
I don't know how to tell you this, but my nephew started talking at like 8 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, she's
It was
6
like
months.
one word, but
Well, yeah, they learn a word.
Yeah.
But when did they start talking,
scary.
Carl?
I never had
No,
a
answer
fucking
the
kid,
question.
Bio.
No, answer it.
I don't know how children work. They frighten me.
Let the entire podcast library show that is a fact. That is true.
That's why I harpoon them for fun.
You know, I never held a kid until I had a kid.
Man, that's wild.
I never held a baby. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to be around them. And then I had a kid, and I was like, oh, this is like, I must protect.
Well, yeah, because that is your child. All other children, no. Your child?
Yeah, children suck. I hate children.
No, children are the fucking worst. I'm sorry. 99.5% of kids out there, pieces of shit. They have
Yeah,
no moral
awful.
compass. They have no filter. They have no sense of right or wrong. So I remember I was a piece of shit as a child. That's fine. We all are at one point in our lives. You grow out of it. But children can go from cringe to fucking insane.
One of my younger nieces, my sister was using the bathroom when she was watching one of my my nieces. She came up to the door and started banging on it and just started shouting, "Open the fucking door!" My sister opened it like, "Excuse me, young lady?" She went, "Open the fucking door."
I would have been
good.
executed for that. That's funny as hell.
Like, damn, these
Yeah,
kids are
same.
wild.
Yeah. Funny to see
That's
the
great.
differences between white families and other families.
Yeah. How was your week, Shora? Just as good, huh?
It's been rough. There's
Yeah.
been a lot going on, medical issues, etc. I currently have another fucking crown on my tooth, and it sucks.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
It's
King Tooth.
fuck you.
All right.
Easier said than done.
So, my week's been a little bit better. For people who don't follow us on Twitter, what the fuck are you doing? Go follow us on
Grow
Twitter,
up.
man. The mid-roll ad is gonna give you the Mill Mike Twitter, but like, follow us on Twitter. We advertise it in the DSOD episode. Go follow us on Twitter. It's in the description of every episode. Do it.
You
So-
won't, coward. I'm just kidding.
See, now you legally have to do it. You've been challenged
Yeah.
by Mr. Bio-Roxas. You gotta fucking go do it. So, I get a message from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel account, like on the 6th.
Ooh.
And
Like a personal.
I opened the DM. Yeah, it was a
Oh?
DM from them. And I'm
What?
like, what the hell is this? I don't know what's going on. And it turns out I had apparently won one of their random, like, hey, post your deck profile for this event and win a set of Master Duel
Ooh.
sleeves giveaways. And so they were like, hey, fill out this survey to make sure you're eligible and that we can get your address. And so I did it. And I heard nothing back because they were just like, yeah, do this within 5 days or the survey expires and then you no longer get it. And then this week, I get a message on my phone saying, a FedEx package will arrive on Thursday. you
No,
need
is
to
it not one of
sign
the
for
sign?
it.
No.
And I'm like, what? What
I
is
knew
this?
it.
What is this? Is this crack? Is somebody sending crack to my house? And then I remember the survey, and I'm like, oh shit, is it? Could it be? And then it was. So I officially have a set of Master Duel sleeves just on my shelf. They're fucking gorgeous. I'll throw the picture I took up on the video version if you'd like to see them. I love them so much. Holy shit. I'm
What
never
about
using
us?
those bitches.
You're gonna show us? The fuck?
I'm pretty sure you saw it on Twitter. I'll pull it up. Hold on. God damn.
I think Twitter like actively just hides everybody from me.
Hold on, because they just heard my mouse scrolling for 10,000 years. So it comes in a really nice box.
Oh,
Like,
God, those
really
are nice
premium.
sleeves.
Yeah, the hollow on them is fucking
very
gorgeous.
nice. Big fan.
I love it. And then
That looks awesome. What the heck? What are those?
those are just card sleeves.
Just to hold your cards?
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
They're so nice. And then a couple days ago, I'm out with a friend and we're looking at like trading cards and stuff, and we see that there's Ghosts from the Past 2 sets already out. Just a few boxes. There was a guy selling them for like $26, and I'm like, I think I'll pass. And my friend is like, no, here's one, get it. And so I open it up on the way back. I looked at the card packs, and I did it by pack art. So there were 2 Cyber Dragons, a Dark Magician, and I don't know what the fuck else. I opened the one of I don't know what the fuck else, like I don't recognize the monster on the front. And first pack, Ghost Rare Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
That's so good.
Dang.
I was also wearing a Yu-Gi-Oh hat that day, so I kind of manifested it. But
Look at that cute.
the fact that it was fucking a Blue Eyes, and I'm the Kaiba bitch on this podcast, was maybe the funniest part of it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but who's that cutie in the picture though?
Please stop. I don't want to show that photo. I was just gonna like blur my face and then put the hat.
Please stop.
If you want face, go to my fucking Twitter.
Got him.
Don't be a coward. I'm wearing a mask, idiot. Get owned. Yeah, I lied to you. That's not face. That's eyes. But yeah, it's been a very Yu-Gi-Oh week for me. All right. If we'd like to get started, I will be that bitch who covers the manga differences because I'm annoying, and I also reread it recently.
Will you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have right here my copy of Volume 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have my 1 in 3 volume of Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, but it's in the very back of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Shelf, and that thing is so tightly packed, I'm not fucking with it.
Let me give you guys a spoiler. There's a point within these 6 episodes where I have nothing to relate with the manga anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly which one you're talking about, and it's the funniest episode of the lot. I'm excited to talk about that one.
God. These were all such good fucking episodes. Let's be real though.
I
These are
had
really
fun the whole
good.
time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Season 0 fucks real
I
hard.
love that Tristan's first introduction is just, yeah, I tried to be the president and they made me custodian.
Yes, and then Joey never shuts the fuck up about this. Joey just holds it over his head.
He's the beautification member.
I'm sorry, yeah.
He's not a
beautification.
He's part of
Custodian.
the Beautification Club.
That's right.
Very
That's right.
exclusive.
They're all about keeping the school grounds clean. It's basically a custodian. Just unpaid.
Yeah, unpaid and with a fancy title. In the attempt to make him feel better about it.
These goddamn youths trying to take our jobs.
I think it is a real thing that happens in some Japanese schools, because I know that Japanese school children are responsible for keeping their classrooms clean and stuff. It's very weird.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if that was a real thing.
Do you know how much better my life would be if fucking
I was about to
American
say, I feel
school
like-
kids could have to do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, making children responsible for the messes they make. Who would have thought that'd be a good idea?
Anyway, Season 0, Episode 1!
Season 0, Episode 1. I gotta do it. It's funny.
So this is already fucked up.
Yeah.
With all of the canon of the Yu-Gi-Oh we know, because these motherfuckers didn't have to cross a bridge of monsters or walk past a bunch of fucking statues. They just broke down a wall and there's a box.
Yes, and they fucking died.
Yeah, but like, where's the funny monsters?
They're in the trading cards that they don't have yet.
No.
Am I wrong?
Horseshit. Doggy diarrhea doo-doo.
I don't think there was any horseshoe in there.
Not yet.
Translators, yo. What the fuck was that? Yo?
Translators, yo.
Yo.
The fucking past tense of yeet. She yote that bitch across the hall.
Yeah, what do they call them? Like Yami games?
Yami no game.
Translator's note, Yami no game means shadow game, but for some reason they never use the words shadow game in these subs. It is very funny.
Well, Yami also means darkness, so it could be darkness game. Or game of darkness.
I mean, that is very true.
I'm
and
gonna
in
be real.
early Yu-Gi-Oh, it's,
I love it every time they go, Yami no game. It just sounds fucking
really
cool.
it is pretty good.
Do you guys... Oh, I never hear, like, Japanese words when I'm watching subs. Like, sometimes I'll hear, like, watashi. But, like, usually...
you hear one that, like, catches your ear and you're like, I know that one!
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? But, like, I feel like usually when I'm, like, watching something, I'm just, like... reading it. And, like, I guess, like, hearing the English as I'm reading it in my head. I don't know what happens in my brain, actually.
I mean that's fair.
Anyways,
Because
this has no point
because
in
I
anything.
tried to learn Japanese at one point, I do kind of catch some stuff, and eventually I need to get back to it because I would like to learn a little more. So I hear some of the grammar and all that, but I mostly just pick out like the English words that they steal for Japanese because they do that. The way English cribs from every other language, Japan tends to crib as well, and it is funny.
I also like that, like, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever, Duel Monsters, what?
Duel
Season
Monsters. Yeah.
1. They had the flashback, and is it the same exact animation, or did they change it up for season 0? It looks similar.
Which flashback?
Where he's like putting the puzzle together, and then Joey throws it out the window.
Yeah, those stills were like pulled from the manga, so they're pretty similar. It is a little different, but like Yugi specifically sitting at his desk and trying to put the puzzle together is almost the same, I think.
I'm pretty sure that the animation they used for what we saw in original or in Duel Monsters was redrawn and reanimated.
So different.
Well, yeah, because it was in the style of season 1 as opposed to these models.
Well, okay.
Because like the reason why all these characters look like this in this show, minus like Honda, who's very close to his what would be his eventual design, is just because in the manga, Kazuki Takahashi was kind of figuring out these characters as he went and like refining the details, like Yugi having a fucking nose and Joey's hair being shaped the way it eventually would be as he was drawing. And you can see that evolution from chapter to chapter. It's actually really interesting because by the end they are the characters that we know from season 1 onward.
Yeah, because Joey's hair in the manga is like completely different from what we ended up having.
It's so floofy in the manga, and I honestly love it because it makes his hair look really soft.
It's wild.
Like, early Kazuki Takahashi Yu-Gi-Oh! Has this really soft quality to it that's actually kind of nice. As he evolves, like, a lot of his line work becomes a lot more harsh and sharp-edged.
Speaking of things that are harsh, not only did Yugi lose his entire house of cards, but then the kids inviting him to play basketball with them, and he's just like, no, the team I'd join would lose anyway. And they're like, yeah, that's true. All right, let's go, guys.
Yeah, you can tell Yugi's a kid who's been bullied his entire life.
I also love him just sitting there in his chair, just like shouting to himself out loud. Here's a question. What's all this stuff? It's my box. It's my treasure, but it's a secret. I want no one to know about my secret treasure box. He's like, why are you saying this all out loud?
Because he thinks he's alone. He thinks nobody else is there to give a fuck if he talks to himself.
So funny. And there's our first difference between the manga and the anime. Because you see, the one that grabs the box from Yugi is Joey, is Jinochi. But in the manga, it was Honda, who is not a beautification club member. He's just another fucking bully. He's just a sack of shit.
Yeah, they just hang out and both harass Yugi. It's interesting to see this episode play out just slightly differently in a couple areas because of stuff like, you know, Honda's with the beautification club. He's not like that the way that Joey is. Or eventually what happens with the piece of the puzzle that Joey ends up just nabbing when he grabs the box. Because there's a slight difference there. It's not a huge one, but it's something.
One of my notes when Anzu shows up was just big Shibuya energy from this Anzu.
Excuse me? With this Anzu, I can respect it.
Yeah, because she walks in and she's just girl bossing.
I can respect that.
If you think it's lame, don't fucking touch it, you losers. And they're like, yeah, we gotta scram.
They're like, yeah, woman, I gotta fucking go.
My mama told me not to talk to no women. They're no good. Should only to kiss men.
He turns to Honda and Honda has to like fucking slap him.
He starts moving his lips and he's no.
I knew like the second the body art came on, I was like, he's not good.
So
something feels very weird about him.
So Carl, I just want to say
at first I thought, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Bio. Thank you, but also fuck you, Carl, because you just reminded me of something.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how in any fandom there are people who like to pair characters together, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable. And in every fandom there are people who are like, okay, we're gonna assign names to these specific pairings.
Oh, are you gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh ship names and how they're insane?
Joey and Tristan's ship name, last I remember, is called Battle Guard.
What?
Yeah, for the swamp and the lava battle guards.
Yep.
That's really funny.
That's so funny.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember? That was a long time ago.
Hold on. I found the shipping fandom wiki page for Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's fucking go through it.
God, fuck me. Yeah, and the season that we watched, Bio, Tristan gives Joey a copy of a lava battle guard, and he had swamp battle guard, so it was just like two monsters that look the same to show their friendship, but people are like, they're fucking.
This was Duelist Kingdom, so if you don't remember it, I don't fucking blame you. This was like 2 years ago almost.
Yeah. Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, why the fuck is it called that? The ship between Joey and Taya is called Devotion Shipping.
Is it like concepts?
Jesus.
I've never heard of like not just like smashing the two names together.
Hey, Shibuya,
that came much later. What's up?
Not to derail you from looking up the fucking ship names, because this is great, but also, here you go. Here's your cardboard.
That's really
the
funny.
funniest and the worst thing that you could have done, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna muffle my own audio or no. I'll just try to muffle the fucking original audio of the Smormu bit. And
I mean, you have
bit.
my fucking recording for the Smormu bit.
It's on a hard drive in a compressed format, because I cleared out all the Duel Monster stuff. So, no, I'm just gonna take the Smiling Friends one, muffle it, and then make that our fucking mid-roll ad break. The fucking splash screen.
Make this the fucking splash screen, but use the goddamn actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Eye Catch theme.
Yes, exactly. You get it. You understand the vision. Also, talking about Smormu. The ship between Mokuba and Rebecca. Why? Kitty shipping.
I hate that.
Kitty shipping?
Yeah, they are children. Can you not?
Shibuya.
What's up?
You know how Full Metal Alchemist has the eye catches that just go Full Metal Alchemist, and then like the one that's like higher pitched energy, and then the other one that's just depressing, like Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
We need to do that with this fucking Smormu bit. Just
the Millennium microphone.
The Millennium microphone.
The eye catchers are really good for this.
They are really good. Like
I love them.
the
They
eye
rule.
catches, the opening, just anytime Yami transforms, it's so good.
Yes.
We gotta
good.
address the elephant in the room, because we have our main characters here,
Okay.
and they're all standing there, and then the door opens again, and there's this purple, and she's like, "I didn't know there were still people here," and you go, "Who the fuck are you?"
I was very confused. I was like, who is this character?
And
Who
they'll
is-
go, "Oh, Miho, of course, our friend Miho, who's always been here."
It's like gaslighting the
It reminds
viewers.
me. It reminds me specifically. Someone that follows me rather, recommended that I listen to a podcast called The Call. It's a Call of Cthulhu actual play podcast.
The what? Sorry, what?
It's a Call of Cthulhu actual play podcast because it's like a D&D thing, a tabletop game.
Oh, cool.
So, in that, there's a point where one of the characters is helping the others get through a tiny crack in a cave, and the DM just goes, "Yes, and your tiny mouse friend on your shoulder tells you, yes, it's a good idea to help your friends. You know, your mouse friend, who's always been there as far as you know from the start." And everyone goes, "Wait, I'm sorry, what?" And
That's
she just
great.
turns around to look at her shoulder and speak to it the whole time, and they're just like, "Who the fuck is she talking to? What is she doing?" And it's like, that's basically what this character is just, "Who are you?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course, Miho. You've always been there for us."
That's so funny. But is it funnier than the ship name for Yami Bakura and Baby Yugi being klepto shipping?
I gotta go. I can't be here.
What?
There's
Why are they both klepto?
people
What is the
shipped everything back in the day. It's
What
weird.
what?
I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, the most famous one probably. Atem and Seto being pride shipping. Because they have
Happy
their
Pride.
duelist's pride. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
I don't get it. It doesn't.
Oh,
No,
I've got three in a row that are gonna give you tonal whiplash. So the first one is more of a what the fuck type thing. Joey and Ryo Bakura, not Yami Bakura, but like Baby Bakura. Try and guess. What would it be called?
Scary monsters.
That's if they had any sense, they might name it that. No.
I don't know.
Okay. Sure. Do you have any guesses, or are you also on the wiki page looking at it now?
Tell me the pairing again.
Joey and Baby Bakura.
Okay. Joey and Little Bakura. I know that Bakura Merrick is thief shipping. So.
Yes, which actually makes some kind of
Thief
sense.
ship? I don't get it.
Because
I don't get it.
Yami Bakura was a tomb robber, and Merrick is trying to steal the god cards, hence thief shipping. That one is one that makes sense.
None of these make sense. You know.
Thief shipping
None of
makes
these
sense.
make
There's like
sense.
3 here that make sense, and the third one's going to kill you.
I cannot for the life of me think of what Baby Bakura and Joey would be. Oh wow.
You're right. You can't think of it because it's so stupid. It's puff shipping. Puff.
What?
Because they're puffy hair. I get it.
God, if that's why, I'm
dumb.
so mad.
Oh,
That's
man.
dumb.
All right, the second one, which makes some sense, but also I see it a lot, and I'm sort of like, that kind of skirts the line. I'm not sure that I like that. Atem and Yugi makes enough sense because it's.
Pharaoh's gold.
I mean, it kind of is. It's puzzle shipping.
Fuck you.
That one.
Why do they add shipping to the name of the ship names? It's
Because
stupid.
this was like 2001. This was fanfiction.net times.
Morons.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, there's one poly ship listed on here that I just looked down at and I'm cackling. But the last one that's going to kill you, Seto and Joey. What do you think Seto and Joey's ship name is?
Hate fucking.
You're correct.
Pup shipping.
What is it really?
You're close.
I remember
Haters.
it had something to do with dogs.
It's puppy shipping.
Oh,
because he calls him
right.
a little dog. Bark like
That
a
was
little
that
puppy.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I locked that away deep away, and
I'm
I'm
sorry.
very
I'm
upset
sorry
that
to
it came
awaken
back.
it.
I'm leaving this podcast.
God.
I don't even know these characters, but seeing one called Respectful Shipping is really funny.
We gotta stay on track.
No, I gotta give you one more. one more. The last one, the only poly one listed on this fucking site.
We're an hour in. We haven't even gotten through half of the first
We'll blast through it, it's fine. Seto Kaiba, Jonouchi, and Noah. What do you think it is?
Noah?
Yes. Filler arc Virtual World 2 ass Noah. People shipped anything, and frankly, they still do.
Oh my god! I feel like I'm having a breakdown. I
stepbrother shipping.
Joey is not a stepbrother, but I respect the hustle. Step shipping would have been really fucked.
God, step shipping is a really fucking good name. God damn it. Daddy issue shipping. I don't fucking know.
See, that would make sense. And only a few of these make sense. It's annoy shipping, because they all piss each other off.
Okay, dude.
Alright, now, I'm done. The bit is over. The bit's dead. The bit is as dead as fanfiction.now. We're good. Alright, episode
Where's
1.
Where's the part where Anzu talks about basketball and Yuji imagines her skirt flipping up? I called him Yuji instead of Yugi.
Yuji Itadori from hit shonen card game anime Jujutsu Kaisen.
What is that show? Jujutsu Kaisen?
It's good. It's a shonen.
It's pretty good. It's a shonen with some horror elements, and I like it a lot. Gojo is very hot. Don't let people dissuade you from realizing the truth of that. Gojo was designed to be hot.
Okay.
Hold on, you don't get it.
I like this first episode being about anti-bullying, but also the guy doing it is just a big bully himself.
Yeah, I love that.
Just a sack of absolute shit, like fucking Dio looking ass, thick ass eyebrows.
Oh wait, that's not what I was thinking of. That looks that one did look cool. I had that on my watch list.
And then he takes the glasses or the headband off, and then
Spoilers.
He was designed to be a fucking gorgeous piece of shit.
Who is
Shibuya likes the Kakashi types.
I'm sorry that I do.
Kakashi's cool. I like Kakashi.
Basic bitch.
Kakashi is
Same
great.
Though.
And
Same though.
Canonically, at the time that Gojo would have been in school, Naruto would have been coming out. So it's entirely possible he based his entire personality around attacking Kakashi, and every day I think about that and I laugh.
So the point where Jinochi is just being a little shit even more, and Honda's just standing there just like, well, I'm the beautification team member and you should stop being such a shit. I'm like, I feel like they were both a lot like Bakugo levels of shitty. So I went and grabbed my copy of the manga and I was like, not quite Bakugo, but still pretty shitty.
They were like, they were bullies, and even if there was good intent there, the way that we find out later, Honda seemed to get more of a kick out of it than Joey, frankly. Because Joey's whole thing was that he hated seeing Yugi be so kind, and he needed to toughen up and be ready for the real world, which makes sense considering Jonouchi is canonically from an abusive household with a piece of shit father who gets drunk constantly.
Really?
Things that the dub will never let you know.
Allow me to point out this one line from the manga. Treasure, he talks like a girl. That's what annoys me.
Yeah. He was much more of a piece of shit in the manga at first.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
It's definitely something that an abusive dad would be like, stop being a little Nancy boy.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question for y'all.
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
What is the most fucking I guess I don't need another one, but what's the most emo fucking sad boy anime opening you can think of?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul.
That's fair, but I asked this
because
I'm trying to make your life a little easier for these fucking eye catch gags.
Oh.
That's from fucking Bleach opening 6 Alones.
Fuck me running.
Oh my god.
I'm just fucking photoshopping this goddamn cardboard bitch into the fucking
That's
scene.
so funny. I'm gonna need the PSD of that so I can tweak it for the eye catches also later, because I do want to add a gradient. I think if you're going for sappy emo shit, I think it's opening 7 of Shippuden.
Oh, sappy.
I think the song name is Sign. It's the one by Flow. It's the one that plays when Jiraiya fights Pain. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys know do you guys watch Boruto?
I do not watch it. I experience it through games, and that's the extent of my Boruto knowledge.
Is anyone planning on watching it?
No.
Probably not.
Freaking, they like
What?
Excuse me?
in like a weird way. It
They
was really
reversed
weird,
one of the best
right?
moments.
It's like he comes back as like a clone, like someone like uses some of his cells to like make one of these like clone robot things.
Fuck Boruto
And,
so
like-
Did
much.
they even
It's actually
bring
really
him
good. I
back
like it, but
in the Fourth Great Ninja War? Like as a reanimated
No.
puppet? Yeah, like even
So
the
the
Fourth
guy,
Great Ninja War knew to leave him the fuck alone. Why the fuck is Boruto doing this? Oh my god.
I actually like Boruto. It's pretty good.
It's trying to get
But
readers
that
in.
was a weird moment, huh?
It's trying to get readers in, so they're just doing whatever they can to be like, but look at what just happened.
I've heard that parts of Boruto are pretty good. I just can't wade through the shit to get there. I've tried.
I saw a dude with a robotic machine gun arm, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, like the whole like Boruto is the antagonist.
Yeah,
So,
Boruto's
like-
a piece of shit at the start of Boruto. It's great.
No, well, yeah, that too. But like he has like the seed of whatever they're called, like
Chakra.
plant, huh?
Chakra. I think.
Not chakra.
Wait.
the Atsuki.
What the
Atsuki.
fuck?
So he's turning into like one of the Atsukis.
What was the
That's
thing
the
called that he
play!
has?
Wow.
And so if he like gives into the power, he like slowly becomes more and more like them. And so there's just one part where like he just fully like shifts over and like starts killing his teammates. It was like really intense.
Hey everyone,
Shit,
welcome to the Boruto
Boruto
podcast.
podcast.
It's really good, but it does take a lot to like get to the good points.
That's the thing.
Anyways.
Because I gave it 10 episodes a few years ago because I had nothing
Oh yeah,
better to
it took
do.
like 150.
You know what else
Yeah.
takes a lot? Solomon's voice takes a lot out of me because I'm gonna have a fucking stroke whenever he talks.
He also immediately just
Solid.
goes, "Hey, your chest got bigger, nice." And
Hans,
then
you got your tits got fat.
Oh,
Huh?
then she
right?
goes,
I was like, what the
You got some fat knockers on you. She's like, I just want to play board games.
she's like, "Can I knock out your grandfather, Yugi? Can I put him in the ground right now, please, please, please?"
Yeah, Grandpa showed up and I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, are you still a yeah,
This
you
is
are."
season 0. They're not censoring jack shit.
No,
So now my
they're
thing
censoring
is-
some things.
Well,
So did they retcon like the stuff that Grandpa talked about here for for Duel Monsters Yu-Gi-Oh? Or is he just lying to Yugi's face and eventually we're gonna get I was part of that expedition and I'm the one who found the box and we didn't
It's-
all die.
I think
I
it's
don't.
a retcon. I'm not sure about whether or not they actually mentioned this in the manga or not.
I don't know off the top of my head actually.
Because it's wild how it just completely changes to like, oh yeah, I was young and a gambler and I found the box. But even in the manga, well, actually no, the manga doesn't even say.
Yeah, the
That's
manga
a
really
group of
doesn't
people
specify,
found it.
which is why I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it is a retcon at all.
Yeah. By the way, fun
Totally.
fact.
Yeah.
Kazuki Takahashi liked the design of Ushio, the fucking delinquent, or not, the fucking
Yeah.
like bully dude, so much he reused it for 5Ds.
Right,
really
there is that
good.
one police guy who looks like him.
He becomes a cop.
Yeah,
ACAP.
oink oink, motherfuckers, he's back.
Got him.
Also, I love that Grandpa just tells Yugi this long ass fucking story about like, oh yeah, if you finish the Millennium Puzzle, you'll basically get the powers of a dark evil deity. You'll be able to do whatever the fuck you want. You'll be able to have your darkest wish in life granted. You'll be the most powerful evil in the world. And little Yugi's just like,
was in
yeah.
episode 2?
Yeah, get a wish? Fuck yeah.
He's like, yay, I can get friends. Grandpa's
Right,
like,
that's what I wrote down. I was
that's
like, is he
fucking sad.
illiterate?
No, it's
'Cause,
not.
like-
It's not that he's illiterate. It's that Yugi is literally so pure of heart. None of that fucking phases him. He's just like, I can wish for friends. This is everything I've ever
also,
wanted.
he's not illiterate. He can't read fucking Egyptian by it.
That's also fair. He is illiterate in the language of hieroglyphs.
Well, I just
His grandpa was still an archaeologist. He still knows Egyptian. Yugi wasn't.
I thought he was like, oh, I read this thing about like whatever, like the.
No, Yugi's grandpa's like, if you could read the side of the box, this is what it says. Yugi goes, wow, I don't know how to read. Squiggle bird reads water, squiggle bird. And then Solomon goes, Yugi, that's racist. Stop it.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah,
I like after
that's
the
episode 2,
sick ass
right?
eye catches. Huh?
Isn't that episode 2 when they're talking about what's on the box?
I think so.
Probably. It's fine. We just need to
Oh,
get
we're
through.
just blowing through. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that after the eye catches, this motherfucker walks Yugi over to a corner and he's just like, look what I did. And you just see fucking Shinochi and Honda beat the fuck up in a pile.
I'm killing these guys.
And Yugi's like, why are you doing this? And Shinochi's like, you little sack of shit, you did this to us. He's like, no!
And
No,
then
it wasn't me.
Ushio goes, that'll be $2,000.
Oh yeah.
It's either 200 or 2,000, which is regardless.
Like 2,000 yen, I think.
Fucking,
You moved the decimal point 2
No.
spaces.
it's not 2,000 yen because that would only be $20, and then Yugi wouldn't be freaking the fuck out. I think it's got to be like $200, which would be 20k yen.
So
Yeah.
100 yen is about $1. It's literally just a matter of move the decimal 2 spaces to the left.
Yeah.
I called earlier on, I was like, this dude's absolutely gonna take advantage and be like, I'm your bodyguard, give me money. And he definitely did.
That is his whole scam. Yep.
I am the beacon of justice. Give me money for protecting you.
Yep. So one of the main things that they end up changing from the manga, for this episode at least, outside of the game, is that in the manga, the way that Yugi gets the final piece of the puzzle is that he ends up back at his place later that night, I think after Ushio extorts him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 200,000 yen.
200, that's $2,000. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So he ends up back at Grandpa's game shop, and then his grandfather comes up to him and is just like, oh, Yugi, someone left this here for you. It's the final piece of the puzzle. And Joey had gone back to the river and swam in to where he tossed it. Not the river, like the pool of the school. He swam in, he got it, he walked over and he gave it to him in secret because he felt so ashamed of what he had done after seeing Yugi stand up for them and then promptly get his ass beat before being extorted for money.
And then the Millennium Puzzle just shoots a bunch of eye beams into his forehead.
Yes,
It's
and
really
then
fucking
he
cool.
gets the eye on his forehead, and it's really good.
And he loses his nose, and then he goes on a killing spree.
Yeah.
He goes to the school, just calls out Ushio, and then he's just like sitting on a bunch of shit. And he's just like, haha, it's time to play my funny game.
That game is so cool. I like that game.
So here's the massive like censorship thing that you could call.
And I think I know why they censored it.
They changed the actual punishment game that they play because in the manga,
Really?
Yes.
in the manga, the game they play is a little different. It's Yugi shows up with the money. Grandpa actually gave him the money, unbelievably.
Well, because he knew he was being extorted and bullied, so he's like, if this will help you, take it.
So Yami shows up with the money plus some extra and is just like, hey, here's a fucking game we're gonna play. Here's a stack of money. Here's a knife. We're gonna put the stack of money on the back of our hands and take turns stabbing the giant stack of money. You get to keep however much you can stab through, but if you stab your hand, you lose.
Yeah. And I think the reason that they ended up having to censor this is Toei went, you know, in animation, kids will watch this and kids will think that it's cool to do this at school. We need to change this to something physically impossible. And he was like, oh, all right.
The way they changed it is fine.
The way they changed it is also really good, and I do enjoy it. I just miss the drama of like, all right, I can't stab myself too hard now. Oh, good, that's 4 bills.
I just sort of hate that they changed it so he doesn't shout, greed, the illusion of avarice.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing this dude just like running around trying to grab leaves from the air thinking that they're dollar bills falling from the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the manga, that is his punishment.
the punishment game is to literally see trash, miscellaneous things, everything around him as money
I remember you
for the
saying
rest
that,
of his life. Like, punishment games in the manga are lifelong fucking curses, basically.
Can you imagine, like, and like paying for dinner. He's like, I'm gonna leave them a nice tip, and then just trash all over the table.
You think he would have like enough sense to get dressed and go to some place?
Now
No,
you
that
see,
man's in an institution for the rest of
thing
his
is,
life.
it's like hand stabbing is a little too extreme, but not fucking falling to a pit of voracious monsters. All right, yeah.
Well, yeah, where's a kid gonna find a pit of voracious monsters?
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense than them just going, we can't show kids hand stabbing.
I was
That's
thinking
wrong.
about it as I'm watching the episodes, and I'm like, none of these things are things that kids could easily imitate, and that is exactly why. Toei would have absolutely had to talk to him about this and talk to Jump about it.
And you know, she having his little friendship speech at the end, and him just in the middle of it going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey just having an
Why am I
internal
saying
monologue
this
like,
shit?
what the fuck are you doing?
Thinking to himself, like, why am I saying this cringe-ass shit?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It is really funny. I do love it.
Good game though. I like the game.
Oh, what a good first episode.
Great introduction.
That's the second episode.
Yeah, season 0, episode tap.
Season 0, episode 2.
Wait, doesn't the game?
Doesn't the
Wait,
game
I'm
what?
confused. Oh, that was the first game. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind, sorry.
the first game
Ignore
is
me.
they're both hanging from the ropes and they move
Yeah,
up the
that's the
number of
first
spaces of the
episode.
card they pull.
The second
Yeah,
episode is the gun game.
Yeah, this one's the gun game, but which they've changed drastically.
They've altered this episode in its entirety, but the end result is almost the same.
Really good.
They change some details, but the actual game itself, they don't change that much. They keep the actual spirit of the game. They just don't keep the actual result of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, it's, oh, he thinks he's on fire, instead of he is help
Yeah,
me,
no,
I'm burning away!
In the manga, he straight up immolates this man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He ends up set on fire in the middle of Burger World. It's really
When
good.
they were showing the criminals breaking out of jail, I just wrote Prison Break 1998.
This
Yeah.
one is honestly one of the rawest fucking shadow games because it's just so
This
fucking
is really
simplistic.
good. Everything about this is great.
It's so good.
Also, this episode still proving why I fucking despise this anime original. I want cardboard out of this show.
The cops are coming for you, Shora. They heard you.
They know I'm right.
No, they heard you.
They
They'll be
always
at your
try to
door.
silence those who are right.
No. Sometimes they try to silence people who are so wrong that it's offensive. I despise that they stretch out the like tension of, oh god, what is the mystery with Taya for the entire fucking episode, basically. For the entire first half of it.
They pretty much had to because this is one chapter in the manga.
Yeah.
They dedicated an entire episode to one chapter, and I'm like, god damn. You couldn't do that with some of the other really fun chapters, like the kid who just wants to be a superhero? That one would have been fucking cool.
Hey, we haven't reached that yet. That might be a multi-episode thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, they cut out a lot of different little arcs from the manga, which was very surprising to me. And I was like, oh, we're already at the part where he sets a guy on fire. And then I went, oh.
They're
Hey,
probably just rearranging.
It's a good thing they cut out some of them. If this still happens, I'm gonna fucking die. But there's this one manga chapter where there's like a kid at their school who's a fortune teller, and he
Oh shit. Hey, I expect that one to happen still, because then they need to establish the mystery of the puzzle.
yeah, but he's obviously a scam artist, and at one point he just fucking chloroforms Taya. So
Yeah.
Oh no, you mean that one. I thought you meant the kid with the dragon jar.
no,
No.
if they do that one, that'll be fucking cool.
Th-
that one
that
was
one I
really
fully
fucking
expect.
cool.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the chloroform one, the chloroform kid is in volume 1.
I hope they get rid of the chloroform kid. He's a fucking gross, disgusting little piece of shit.
Freak.
I want to fucking
Bones
punch his
looking ass.
teeth in.
He looks like a weird
Totally,
combination
yeah.
of Bones and Weevil. It's awful.
He's like if Bones put on weight.
The worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
If he shows up and his voice isn't just some awful like I'm gonna fucking
I love little Yugi's just like, guys, we should go to that new restaurant, Burger World. Taya's like,
no.
I heard people had diarrhea due to feces after eating there. Don't do it. Don't go.
It's like she heard them talk about the Taco Bell wings or some shit. It's really funny.
Man, I really wanted those Taco Bell wings. I wanted to shit my brains out.
I'd really like to get a burger at that new place. I hear that they have fucking, like, salmonella in their buns.
Their burgers are made of shit. Like, literal human shit.
Their french fries are just fucking... their french fries are fingers. Human fingers. Wow, that's...
Don't call me! I'm going! And then Janochi just being like, she's whoring herself out.
Meanwhile...
Yeah, I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
She's selling a body to old men. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Worthless is just like, I'm gonna go follow her.
Well, you gotta respect girls standing up for each other and being like, if she has to resort to that, I'm gonna beat up whoever the fuck is doing that.
And then the next day, they're just like, all right, Miho, you want to come hang out with us? And she's like, oh, I'd love to. And Anzu's just like, Miho. And she's like, all right, we'll see you later, guys. We're going. And Janochi's just
I
just
simp
like,
for cardboard, so I must go find cardboard.
Janochi's just like, selling the bodies, these whores, these harlots.
No, not my precious cardboard. She would never.
Did you guys notice Anzu's been going and buying the mystical Stamiben?
Yeah, the stamina bento is really funny.
What she need all that stamina for?
Oh my god. Meanwhile, in the B plot, this criminal can't fucking do shit. This guy is the most pathetic escaped convict I think I've ever seen.
What was his plan? Was like, I didn't want to steal anything. I just wanted to...
So he went to rob a bank, already robbed, nothing in it. And he's like, what the fuck? And then they put it onto him. And he's like, I didn't steal shit. He goes to steal a fucking expensive necklace, steals it, finds out it's a fake, and the real one was already stolen. And he's like, come on!
he just
I was very
keeps getting
confused.
one-upped on crimes, and he's so pissed about it. And every single day,
He saw a bike on his way home, and he was like, if no one comes to claim it in an hour, I'm gonna take this bike.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yami Yugi just popped out of the bushes like, surprise, bitch, you're trying to steal my bike.
Bike crush, and then he just flattens the bike, so it's just a stain on the floor, and he goes, no!
Punishment game, raccoon hell.
Why is it PM? Why is this guy PM now?
Because he has the same shitty luck PM has.
Also, they're both criminals.
Yes.
You know what?
That was the entire joke.
Okay. Alright. I don't know whether I love or hate that this escaped convict plot is bloated so badly in this episode, but I know that I like it more than the B plot being everybody has a burger roll job now.
Yeah.
They fucking follow him there, and it's just like, welcome to Burger. Oh,
so you guys are whoring yourself out, just in a different way.
You're whoring yourself out to corporations. That's voice. That's so much voice. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man.
Late stage capitalism. I hate to see it. Anyway, Taya, get me a burger.
and little Yugi's just there like, Anzu looks pretty cute in that outfit, and just twirling his fingers. I'm like, he's got a little crush.
Yeah.
Here, your burgers, gentlemen. You want some ketchup?
And then she walks up, slams the burgers down, and just writes, "Tell and you die." And he's like, I'm afraid, and also turned on.
Yeah. So, for a little bit of context, Japanese school kids are not allowed to have jobs while they're in high school. They gotta be in... Or not... Are they in high school or middle school?
It doesn't actually matter. I think middle school, high school, it doesn't matter. Most schools, individual schools, will not allow their students to have after school work because there is such a hyper focus on Japanese students need to be studying at all fucking times. It's kind of the worst.
It is really gross every time I think about it. But point is, her having this job is not something that anybody can find out about. It has to remain secret, so the tell and you die is really fucking important. And then Joey's just like, why the fuck would we have a blab about it? The whole fear has been Joey's the biggest fucking blabbermouth they know. It's really funny.
I want to go to America to learn how to dance.
So the fucking escaped convict escaping the police runs into the burger shop. The cop follows him in, looks around like, hey, I gotta talk to you guys. There's like a felon loose in this place. And Taya goes, I have the perfect idea. And just throws a bunch of toy cars down so they can look to see who has a mark on their leg.
Yeah.
Because he was hit in the leg with a baton. And they're looking around and they're like, we can't seem to find this guy. And some fat dude is just like, what are you fucking don't tell me to put my legs down, blah, 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 blah. But then they're just like, oh yeah, another thing that could help us is that this dude is allergic to eggs.
And then the biggest dick move I've ever fucking seen from any of these bitches who are not Yami. Fucking Anzu just
so
on the
good.
spot making up, oh, that'll be fine then. Our buns just are made out of fully egg. It's great. And then the guy starts like having a psychosomatic allergic reaction.
The dude's
so
just
amazing.
like, he's sitting there and you think like, there's no way, because they made the owner of the burger shop look so like, you know, like he's so detailed. It's like, so it's him, definitely. There's no way it's the obvious dude. It was absolutely the obvious dude. But then they pull the twist of the villain of whatever his name is, Tetsu the Hedgehog, trying to get away.
Yeah.
And then he falls on the manager and rips his fucking shirt off to show the spider tattoo on his back. And he was the other escaped convict who looks at him and goes, you've been coming here to eat every day. I've been watching your every move. I knew where you were going to strike and I went there first.
It's some of the pettiest, funniest shit.
It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking funny.
Season 0's really good.
And he's just like, but this whole time, my weakness of burgers.
My bad habit. No.
It's so funny.
And the guy ends up taking Anzu hostage. He just calls for the most pathetic bitch who could never possibly do anything to him to bring him the fucking alcohol and cigarette. And as soon as Yuki transforms into Yami, when Anzu hears this man's voice, the angelic chorus of background music killed me. It's the funniest shit. One of the best ways to adapt that I could have thought of, and they fucking did it.
Yeah, so the entire game pretty much plays out the exact same way as in the manga, like fully.
Yeah, the only difference is that in the show, he's not actually on fire. He believes that he is on fire. But
No, there's more differences than that.
Oh.
The biggest difference is that the guy who they show escaping in the manga is the same one that walks in. It's not like the hedgehog dude and the spider guy who got out before.
Well, yeah, they added a criminal.
It's just
for
this
the
one
anime.
dude with a 777 tattoo on his forehead and fever written on his cheek, walking in, grabbing Taya and going, I'll blow this girl's brains out if any of you try anything.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the rest of it just plays out the same way, except, you know, and that one, dude actually gets lit on real fucking fire.
Yeah. And in case anybody is wondering, yes, Joey and Honda not being able to see shit behind a dude's fat fucking ass is the same as the manga. Nobody knows that Yugi and Yami are the same person yet.
It fucking rules so much.
It's great. The fucking Beef Bowl place ending, too.
Also, the fire doesn't start from the dude firing the gun. It starts from him dropping his cigarette onto himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, the ashes fall, and that sets it off, and he fucking dies. You know, the usual for Season 0.
I still wonder why this fucking restaurant had 90 proof alcohol. Like, why did you have a bottle of fucking, like, 90 proof vodka just in this goddamn burger place?
Hey, I don't know, man.
So, they end the episode with like, oh, here's this new beef bowl place. We should go in there. And there's the two most worthless characters just, we're doing the bit again. That's great.
I'm here because I'm a simp.
That's great.
He actually fully admits that, which is the funniest part.
Then they go, here's the next episode. Seto Kaiba shows up to school. And I'm like,
Episode fucking 3.
Yeah,
I
they
lost
do this
my shit.
really early, I think?
I thought it was Noah.
I'm sitting here.
I thought it was like a version of Noah.
Yeah, Noah having green hair is a reference to Season 0 Kaiba having green hair.
I pulled my book out and I was like, wait a second. And I started looking through them. Like, they skipped so much and just went straight to Kaiba. Like, none of the rest of the shit in volume 1 fucking shows up at all.
You have to remember that by this point, the manga had been out, and they knew that Magic and Wizards was popular. They knew that Kaiba was popular. So of course they're gonna do that shit as fucking early as they can get away with to draw in the kids who are like, yeah, I want to see that animated. And then they might come back and do those stories later.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you for a second. I just went to check the Dipship's note channel, and I just see Medi write, Carl makes the same face as the Gerber baby.
What?
I'm so confused.
We're cutting to our
and
ad
I'm gonna
break right
throw up.
here, by the way. I think that's the funniest place to do it. Hey everyone, Editing Shibuya here with your regularly scheduled ad break. In case you didn't notice, we have some fancy new graphics now for Season 0. We got the new thumbnail look, we've got the eye catches for before and after we go into the ad roll, the same way that the Japanese version of the show will do. And I wanted to just kind of make it funky, make it look like it's off of a DVD from 2000, 2001. It's not quite VHS tier, which I think would have been slightly illegible, but I hope you like it. I put some work in, tried to make it look good, and I hope that comes across. We're gonna have just enough to cover Season 0, and just enough for all our hosts during Season 0. Ooh. Anyway, getting back to the usual stuff. We still have our wonderful Twitter account, at Millennium Mike on Twitter. It's where I post episode previews, it's where I post fun graphics that we make for episodes, sometimes a little bit early, like that game theory one. I actually put that up with zero context, right after making it, for the edit. So, if you want to see how late this episode was edited, please go check that out. Remember, at Millennium Mike, it'll be in the description, it's fine. Outside of that, we also have our Patreon. Patreon.com/Millennium Mike. A bunch of you lovely people support us there, and we really do appreciate it. And even if you don't have the means financially to support us on there, that's fine. Word of mouth and consistent viewership helps a lot. Like, even if you don't think it does, it really does. So, thank you so much for that. People of a certain tier and above will get their names on screen, just like our Blue Eyes White Dragon patron tiers. The patron tiers? I'm keeping that in, screw it, it's funny. Our Blue Eyes White Dragon tier at $25. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck with us for that. Also, thank you to our Forbidden Ones, our $50 tier. Thank you to Bill Sanchez and Teletraan 4. On top of that, we have our limited tier, which is exclusive and full at the moment. We have our God cards, our 3 all-powerful, very cool God cards. We have Demitri Gonzalez, we have Saphy Ravenhurst, and we have ShinyMew. So thank you all so much for that. We also have our Reshef the Dark Patron, who is so secretive he's not even on the Patreon. Ooh. So thank you so much to Patchwork for your continued support as well. And everybody listening right now, thank you for your continued support. Fuck money. I mean, money is important and it's good to help keep things running and to help make it feasible for us to continue doing this in our free time. But, you know, thank you to everybody who's just stuck with us throughout the entirety of Duel Monsters. Like, I still can't believe we finished main series. And thank you to everybody who's sticking with us for Season 0 and for GX. We've got some more really slick, really cool graphical stuff coming up for that. I don't know whether I want to put a preview of it, like, at the end of the last Season 0 episode, but just for context, we're going to have about 5 episodes worth of Season 0 when it's split up. And the last one will include a couple of episodes and then the half-hour Toei movie. So, be excited for that. I don't think we're watching the Toei movie live because it's only, like, the length of an episode of the show. So, there wouldn't really be much point in that. But we're going to have a guest on for that. And then pretty soon after that, we're jumping straight into GX. We're getting our game on. We're starting the school year. It's going to suck the way it sucked when you had to actually start the school year. Except we have card games, so it's cool. It's fun. I should stop rambling before I say something stupid. I'm sorry. Let me not take up any more of your time. I'm going to throw you over to the Dipships ad, and then we're going to finish off this episode, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. See you later.
Do you enjoy boating? How about listening to 3 friends tell stories and talk about their weeks? Then I've got just the podcast for you. Dipships, the legitimate boating podcast. Every week, Carl, Jordan, and PM get together and tell their favorite stories and recap what's been going on in their lives, and talking about boating too, I guess. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Podbean. And we'll see you on the Nautical Mile.
So, let me just go ahead and real quick cover some of the chapters that they did not do.
I feel like we'll see some of them again.
We might. So I'm not going to go into detail about them. I'm just going to give their English titles.
Okay.
So, in the manga, episode 2 of the anime covers the chapter Duel 4, Jailbreak. This means that we skipped Duel 2, Lying Eyes, and Duel 3, Hard Beat. And because Kaiba shows up in this one, that I think means that we are also skipping Duel 5, False Prophet, Duel 6, Into the Fire, and Duel 7, Face of Truth. So of Volume 1 of the manga, we cover two chapters.
Well,
Just two
into character, because Eyes of Truth, I'm pretty sure, is the Miho chapter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. We also skipped Duel 8, The Poison Man, and we are now covering Duels 9 and 10, The Cards with Teeth, Part 1 and 2.
The cards with teeth?
Yep.
Because they got some bite to them.
Teeth.
Because the monster's real, they got bite.
Season 0, episode 3.
Season 0, episode 3.
This is the Kaiba one, right?
My first note, just Kaiba episode fucking 3? What?
Yep.
Real good.
I was like, yo, is it Noah? And then in all caps, wait, is that Kaiba?
Yeah.
My first note was Kawaita
Sakaya.
But then my second note was that Dark Magician?
Yeah. So I can't quite tell, but I think we started this episode in media res. I think we started this episode, like, after he gets jobbed. And he's so bitter about getting jobbed, he's going and stealing every Dark Magician he can find and beating up the owners.
No.
He just steals people's cards.
He's just stealing cards from people.
Oh, is that just,
It's not in media res. They were literally showing him in a different school, like, stealing rare cards from people.
Oh.
And then they're like, all right, let's move on to the next school. And that's when he shows up to their school and meets Yugi.
Okay.
They never met before this.
Okay.
Which is why he's so nice to them.
I was just losing my shit at the Dark Magicians showing up and it being the
Dark
old
Magician showing
Bandai
up was
art.
really funny. Just shows up, and I'm just like, this ain't my Kaiba. He would never pick up someone's card and hand it to them with a smile.
Well, he's lying through his fucking teeth.
Oh, yeah, but it's still like, Seto Kaiba has too much pride to even pretend to do that.
I'm sorry that he's not reading the Kama Sutra in the back of the classroom. This ain't our usual Seto Kaiba.
Miho and Honda should get run over by a large bus.
Why?
Do you want them to be isekai'd into Konosuba? Is that what you want? Because they're pathetic enough for Konosuba.
Okay. Why do you hate Miho so much?
She's nothing. She's the most stereotype girl character they threw in just for another girl character to exist. Her removal from it would mean nothing.
I mean, yeah, she literally doesn't exist in the manga. I'm sorry, you have to deal with it.
There's no point to it.
The point is that Honda has something to do for 90% of the time, and that's simp.
He could have just been like Brock. They could have just kept having girls show up, and he could have just been like,
I'm sorry, you're gonna insult Brock like that? By comparing him to this man?
Do you know how much better Tristan would have been, or Honda would have been, if he was just Brock?
Yeah, infinitely, but he's not.
Yes.
And so making the comparison is an insult.
That's why I'm saying it's not a comparison. I'm saying if he was Brock instead of Honda, he'd be better.
Yeah, he should never open his eyes again.
He should just be blind.
Hey, question for everybody in the comments down below. Please debate this. Does Brock from the Pokemon anime use echolocation to figure things out? Because that man can't fucking see. What does he do? Or is he like tough where he like senses the earth underneath him and knows where to go based on that?
Brock, where should we go? I'm lost. 1 second, Ash.
That way. I could feel the wind going through my sensory tentacles.
What?
Did you
gonna say
know
like
that
that?
I'm like a Zubat?
No.
Do you watch Meat Canyon?
Yeah.
How could you tell?
Yeah, but
Because literally that's the voice I just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Moving
That like popped up
on.
on my like recommended now, and I see all his videos now, and they're oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
awful. I love them.
man.
I'm glad they're not in my recommended. That's why I'm not saying the words, because if Google hears me say those words, they'll be in my recommended.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Shush. All right.
So we got Kaiba with the drip.
Yeah, I like everyone just sort of inviting themselves over to Kaiba's house when Kaiba just invited Yugi. Like, yeah, we'll all go too. And Miho's like, Miho will join you. Miho loves people. Miho talks in the third person now. Everyone loves Miho, the lovable character from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I just realized
What's up?
this bitch cardboard just has the fucking same energy as that goddamn alien creature they fucking shoved into Saban's masked rider.
Yeah, I was waiting for the Furbus.
Oh, God.
She's
Basically Furbus.
I'm gonna.
And introducing Furbus.
What if I muted 2 audio tracks for the rest of the podcast? How much faster would things go?
Shibuya
wonder.
hates us because we're right.
I've never seen Furbus. I don't need to see Furbus. I don't want to see Furbus. I just want to watch Revice this week and pray that my man's, I'm not
No.
saying his name because
Just
spoilers for
imagine a
anybody who
giant,
wants to watch
awful
Revice. I
Muppet.
want him to come back. I need him to come back. I need him to come
Revice?
back.
What is Revice?
The new Kamen
New Kamen
Rider
Rider
season.
season.
Oh.
It's the one that's currently been airing.
Why'd you say so disappointed? Oh.
You know, the people who are doing the subs for Season 0 did a lot of the subs for Kamen Rider.
That tracks.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah, TV
it's
Nihon.
TV Nihon,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm surprised you didn't point it out.
I heard you say it before, but then I forgot that it was TV Nihon until you just said that now.
That's fair.
So, first off, Blue Eyes Dragon. You're missing the white, but
Yeah, race doesn't
know.
matter in Season 0.
the race doesn't
Wow,
matter.
Carl, why do you have to insert white people and everything?
Put the
Are you-
white back in the dragon.
Christ.
Oh my god.
Second off, fucking grandpa standing there talking like my friend gave this to me in America, and in the background, you just
The
see
photo.
a picture of Arthur fucking Hawkins.
Yes.
Yep.
So, fun fact, even in the manga, even though Arthur Hawkins as a named character is a filler character, that design was pulled straight from the pages. When he talks about his friend in America who gave him the blue eyes, it has always been him. They just gave him a name and a plot in the anime.
It's so good, actually.
It's really good. Happy
Totally.
Pride, everybody.
I was just like, that motherfucker Arthur is canon?
Yes, he has been
It's
the whole
like-
time.
Wild. But also when they start showing how Duel Monsters works in Season 0, I'm like, I'm glad this isn't how it fucking functions in real life.
Yeah, Duelist Kingdom is the remnants of the
Yeah.
old rules. I'm so happy they moved away from it and went to something more standardized.
Early Duel
Yeah.
Monsters is essentially Kazuki Takahashi figuring out, do I want to make this like a tabletop game or a proper card game?
Which is fair, but the answer is card game. Fucking always, when you have cards, it's a card game. You want tabletop, make them figurines instead, like DDM.
Tabletops games can have cards in
Yeah,
them.
there are a lot of tabletop games that use a card-based system.
When are we doing like a Master Duel stream?
We can set one up if you'd like. We can do the Teach Bio How to Play Master Duel stream at some point.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun.
I mean, Master Duel teaches you a little bit about Yu-Gi-Oh, so...
It does. There's a lot of training things.
No, but I mean, like, doing a stream on Master Duel until Bio gets his first online dub.
Can I get it on my Switch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You can get it on your phone if you wanted.
I wouldn't recommend that, but yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it either.
I don't think it's hard to run on PC either, so...
PC, the file size is pretty low and it looks great. So if you want to do that as
On
well,
PC?
you can just get it on Steam.
Yeah, it's on PC.
Yeah.
I might do that.
All right.
So, of course, Kaiba being the shady piece of shit he is,
He stole Blue
Tells-
Eyes. Sorry.
tells Yugi tells Yugi to bring the blue eyes to school, brings it in, takes a look at it, drops it, and goes, whoops, sorry about that. Switches it with a fake. And of course, fucking Honda and Jinochi notice immediately. And instead of saying anything right then and there, decide we'll just confront him later about it.
Yeah, literally I wrote, why wouldn't you just say it in public where you can publicly humiliate him? He would hate that. So then,
of course, when Yugi shows up to the rooftop after Anzu's like, yeah, they went to go duel Kaiba, shows up there and is just like, oh, I knew the whole time he gave me a face.
So, fun fact, that's a change, because in the manga, not only does Yugi notice immediately, and, like, we as the audience know it, he goes, Kaiba, you should give me back the real blue eyes. I know you swapped it. Please, don't be a piece of shit, man. I'm asking you politely.
That's really good.
He very intentionally gives Kaiba the benefit of the doubt to have a chance to just be like, I know you're not really like this. And he gets shat on for it?
Yep, exactly.
I just like, little Yugi gets the shit knocked out of him by the guards. Kaiba walks away. And then when Jinochi and Honda wake up, they're just like, oh, someone beat the shit out of the guards.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah. Yami just woke up and went, surprise, motherfuckers.
Did I do that while I was sleeping? Did my love for cardboard guide me? No, I think you would knock the fuck out. I think we just got lucky, dumbass.
And thus begins the Yami no game.
Yep.
With the structure, 40 cards, 2,000 life points.
And the monsters are fucking real.
Battle Ox.
Minotaurus.
Oh yeah, here's Minotaurus, but it's basically Battle Ox.
It is the same design as Battle Ox, but it's called Minotaurus, and that threw me for a loop because I'm like, that's Battle Ox, please.
Yeah, because it is literally a Minotaur. I think its Japanese name might literally just be Minotaur.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna look it up.
It's Battle Ox, bud. And they go, here's Mystical Elf, and it's like, oh shit, there she is.
Hey,
she's not blue though.
Sure is right. Japanese Minotaurus.
Yeah. It's Battle Ox.
For us, it's Battle Ox. In my heart, it's always Battle Ox.
If I remember correctly,
fucking Kaiba sets down a card to power up fucking Minotaurus, and it's just like, is that Megamorph?
I'm pretty sure
it was Megamorph, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I grabbed a funny looking screenshot of Minotaurus just because.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I took some screenshots of some choice.
Oh my god, the rare mystical elf pog.
I like mystical elf just looking up like, god damn.
She's like, damn boy, he's thick.
You could chisel, you could grind meat on those abs. God damn.
White woman spotted.
Yeah, that's also catcore. Just put a ribbon on that bitch, call her Eris. I was losing my shit because I don't think this is in the manga. As soon as Kaiba's just like, there's no card in your deck that can beat Minotaurus, and he's just like, I just drew one, Summon Skull, and Kaiba's like, that is a top 5 rare monster. I started pogging. Good on Summon Skull. Getting the love he deserves.
Yeah, Summon Skull was basically the original GOAT of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's a single summon with a single tribute summon with the same stats as Dark Magician. So if you're gonna run any tribute summons, you run fucking Summon Skull.
Summon Skull is a safe bet. Yep. And 2,500 at that point, unless your opponent's got like a Blue Eyes or a Tri-Horned, whatever the fuck the other high attack card was in Legend of Blue Eyes, you're set.
And if you can get it with a field or an equip or something, you have something that can actually take out Blue Eyes. It was just the best card for early fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
And then the most, what is a good way to say this? Like, I love this trope, just in media, and I think the way they use it here is just, it's good. I just like it.
The trope of, I'm gonna use the thing that is yours against you, and then it refuses to fight.
Yeah. Because like it loves you too much, or it has a piece of its owner in it, so it could never, that sort of thing. Just like, no, I'm not owned by love and attachment. Ah!
That card's got my grandpa's heart in it, so it'll never listen to you. But now that it's destroyed itself, I'll use Reborn the Monster.
Yep.
the wildest shit was just, I'm not owned. I'll summon fucking Gremblo on the split of the field.
So
and just causes a draw and fucking dips.
The subs I was watching, called Monster Reborn, fucking Monster Reincarnation.
Yeah.
And I had this brief moment where I was just like, oh shit, Kaiba Suba real. Blue Eyes just got isekai'd.
I think the TV Nihon one called it what was it? It was like Revive the Monster instead of just saying Monster Reborn or Reborn the Monster. I love Kaiba having his little temper tantrum also, as always.
Yeah. I completely forgot that I'm sorry. I wrote a really funny note that was just all caps, cope, seethe, mauled, fucking moldy ass. Oh god. But yeah, love seeing Kaiba get owned. Good shit.
I wish that when fucking Honda and Miho went flying off the bike, they'd cracked their skulls open on the pavement.
Of course you do. That's your standard.
Season 0, episode 4!
This is an anime original plot.
Season 0, episode 4. The only anime original plot.
I'm gonna be quiet during this episode because my notes are. I haven't been paying attention. Why does Tristan care about watches?
Because
Bro,
Miho
why the
wants
fuck
to
is he
watch.
turning into a watch?
Yeah. So this is. It's funny that this is the one you stopped caring about. It's like your canon radar started going off, and you were like, "All right, I can sleep through this one," because this is the one that is anime original. There is no gaslight gatekeep watch
sense.
bitch in the manga.
So let me tell you how my notes go for this episode. I don't think this guy was in the manga at all. Man, I want her dead. Oh, this fucking asshole. Alright, dude, you just outright deserve super death. Ultra death. Defenestration into fucking incineration. Jesus Christ, he keeps getting worse. These are individual lines.
I believe it. I fully believe it.
So they're like talking about at the start, the explorers finding the tomb, and I'm like, oh, some more exposition. I like this.
Yeah.
And they're like, they would say that the person would be crowned Yu-Gi-Oh! And I went, oh, I never realized that could mean King of Games and not just King Yugi.
It literally is meant to translate as King of Games. But the fact that his name is Yugi is also a hint that he was meant for it. Like, nobody else can have the power.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, man, that's real strong.
Yeah.
It literally translates to King of Games because it's just Osama is king.
Is king, yeah.
And then I believe...
Trust me, I watch Sentai, I know that.
And I believe it's like the kana in Yugi are specifically like game or something.
Probably.
I have to look this up.
I just wish that they had mentioned that ever once at all in Duel Monsters. Well, they might have mentioned it in Duel Monsters. They just, didn't say it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Here because why would they?
Yeah, in the sub they had like the narration, and it was one episode very early on, and they just went, the person who solves the puzzle will be crowned Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's about all we get.
So I hate that this dude's name is Shotaro, because I'm like, no, hashtag not my Shotaro.
Yeah, absolutely not
my Shotaro's a detective.
So here's the fun thing. Yugi literally translates to game in Japanese, and his surname Muto translates to basis or foundation, meaning he is literally a gaming pillar. The king of games upon the pillar.
He's also the foundation for Yami to find himself, which is pretty good.
It's really fucking strong naming.
Yeah.
Also, Katsuya translates to triumph over. That's the reason why he seems to always have the strength to conquer any challenge.
He's the underdog who comes through.
Here's another screenshot that I took at this point.
Oh God.
Yeah,
and I'm like, man, I hate Tristan. I hate Honda Tristan so much.
Hold on. One of my favorite notes in this entire fucking recording session. Why is this man dressed in a fucking vest? What are you, an Arthur character?
Hey guys, Peanut Butter Honda here. Let me talk to you about Arthur on PBS and the card game.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Do I need to edit Honda from this episode into a screenshot of
my
Arthur?
god, wait, that works so much better because then Janochi can be Space Hamster and PB and Jeff.
Oh my god.
Except it's PB and Joe.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna throw up. I gotta leave. I
Jesus.
can't be here no more.
The only part of this episode I remember is just seeing this asshole, not paying attention to Tristan, and then watching this asshole get his fucking body horror on, which was
Okay, so
great.
since I seem to take the most notes, I think I'll take the reins on this one, and I'll just blast
I've got a
through
lot of
it.
notes. What do you mean?
I have plenty
you
of
do?
notes overall. I just don't have a lot for this
I don't.
specific episode.
No, I meant
First-
specifically for this episode, yeah.
Listen,
Fair.
I can't have you gloss over the fact that the toast was larger than Yugi's head.
It's funny. Yeah.
It's very funny. But also, this dude just walks up and just grabs this fucking watch and goes, "This is mine now." It's like, you can't just steal someone's shit they paid for, dude.
You're ignoring the best part, which is that he's gatekeeping watches.
Look
Get
at these
some
watches.
pussy,
They're from
dog.
some watches from the Swiss Alps.
Touch grass.
I bought all of these 10 exclusive watches that no one else in the world has. I'm the king of watches. That's great, dude. I paid for this.
If
I love how
He's basically a good
If-
Twitter dude.
if anybody you know tries to gatekeep anime, games, music, show them this episode of
Anything.
anime and tell them, hey, there's a character in here who's just like you. When they finish watching and ask, oh, was it the cool guy? Tell them no, it was the watch guy. Make them feel shame. Let them see the equivalent of what they're doing online. Tell them to go touch fucking grass. Please. If you or somebody you know is gatekeeping, fucking shame them for it.
yes.
So this motherfucker beats up a dude who grazes past him for a second because he thinks he damaged his fucking precious watch, snatches the watch from Tristan's back pocket,
Yeah.
and then stays around. Like, I thought he was gonna like flash it for a second, like, sorry about that, kid.
And then there'd be a chase or something, yeah.
But he just like walks. He just did it just to be a piece of shit. Just walks over and stepped on Tristan's hand, like, sorry about that, kid, and just walks away. Like, what a fucking scumbag.
Also, let's just discuss. If you think that somebody bumping into you will scratch your precious fucking limited edition watches, then don't wear the fucking watches everywhere you go!
Yeah, really.
It's not that hard, bro.
Don't want something to get damaged? Don't fucking take it anywhere.
One of the funniest pieces of animation I've ever seen. This episode. Miho getting upset at Honda and leaving, and then running in place for 10 seconds, and then fading out.
Yeah, it was really
What?
good.
It's so... Oh.
Yeah,
I missed that.
when Tristan
hold
stripped
on.
naked to find the watch on him, and she slapped the shit out of him, ran out at the fucking door, and she's just like standing in place running, and then just starts fading away to show her like leaving in the distance.
I'm looking for it. I'm gonna look for it, and I'm
killed
gonna
me.
link it with a timestamp. Hold on.
It killed me that he stripped naked to look for this fucking watch. Like, bro, did you fucking wrap it around your goddamn dick?
Yeah.
Were you like, oh, it's Miho's watch, I need to wear it as a cock ring?
Probably, honestly. No, I have to say that this Tristan is much easier to hate than the other Tristan.
Yeah, he does nothing but simp. At least other Tristan is a supportive friend.
At least other Tristan sometimes has cool moments like, I'm gonna punch this rock, and it's like, yo. Or great lines like, in a few hours, the sun will rise.
All right, Bio, I have linked the episode with a timestamp in general. I'm gonna need you to click play on that. I'm gonna need you to
Watch it.
watch.
Oh, okay. I see it. Oh.
It's the funniest piece of animation this show has had, and I think will ever have. I love low budget 90s shit. It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my god.
God, it's
boy.
great. So, of course, little Yugi sees this dude and is like, that's that cocksucker who tried to take the watch from me. Follows him to the staircase, sees him holding the watch, gets the shit beat out of him by the dude, who then goes to leave the room that they're in and goes, oh, the door's locked. And then, Yami no game.
And then somehow Yami has had the chance to set up a whole ass death trap.
Welcome to my home.
Well, it's a shadow game. They came from the shadows.
I mean, yeah, that's as good an explanation as anybody will give, so fuck
Magic.
it. That's fine.
Magic,
He
baby.
hasn't magicked anything up yet. Everything so far has been pretty tame and realistic.
I mean,
Monsters that are real, Shibuya.
Okay, that's the one, but those came from actual
No,
physical
that's not
cards
ju-
that they had.
Shibuya, he literally teleported them to the roof of a fucking building. And then laid the cards down and they stayed against the building.
Illusory fire. Giant fucking Leviathan monsters.
There's been a lot
Okay,
of magic and illusions.
The illusory fire was the punishment. Magicking them to a roof, that's fair, but he didn't really craft anything new. Their ropes and cards are like things that you could expect
Yeah,
him
he
to
just
just
showed
have.
up there with some rope and was just like, let's do a Batsu game.
Listen, I'm saying this one is the most outlandish so far.
And this one's fucking wild.
It's also fucking sick though.
Name of the game, take the funny watch, get as close to 10 seconds as you can. Yugi gets 9.95 seconds. Dude goes, all right, let's switch places. That'll give me an advantage. Pendulum comes from the other side. He goes, oh shit. Gets his hand fucking bashed in. Still tries to take the watch, and then body horror.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not like
You
that.
like watches so much, well, guess what? Your body is one.
Yami goes, hey, watch this! And then he starts screaming as his flesh melts and his innards are watches and he's just fucking falling apart.
Looks at where he got hit on his hand, sees that it's cracked open and there's gears in him. It's like,
What the fuck?
The zoom into his fucking face and seeing his eyes turn into clock eyes is like,
Right, his eye turned to a what?
God,
Yeah.
This is so good though.
Hey, Twitter support? Hey, at Twitter support. Anybody who starts gatekeeping like this and is really pathetic, can we make this their punishment, please? I think banning on Twitter's too light.
No, I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite fucking punishment game things, because this fucking ruled. I don't care if this was filler. This was great.
This is the episode where Yugi outright fucking SCP-ifies a dude.
Kind of, yeah.
Not even kind of. I think there's multiple SCP entries about, like, mechanical things that eat flesh and take it over.
Also, are we just gonna completely gloss over the things that bookended this episode? Of, like, the weird house with the broken glass and the lady screaming, and then the metal bat is here? And I don't know what the fuck is going on or what the fuck this is alluding to, but I'm scared.
You don't know what that was the guy. That was Watchman breaking his watch collection with a metal bat and his mom shouting at him because he, like, broke all of his precious watches.
Oh.
Yeah. They showed it at the beginning of the episode. It was him staring at his watch collection. And in the end, it's him breaking them all with a bat because he can't stand to look at them anymore because of what he ended up getting from the punishment game.
Okay, my eyes must have glazed over at the start because I didn't see Watchman in the house, but, like,
I don't think you ever see him directly, which is...
No, you kind of do, but he's, like, covered in shadows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, next up, we're covering something interesting. So, first and foremost,
This is episode 5!
we are now skipping over Duel 12 and Duel 13 in the manga. The chapters where Joey... Duel 11 and 12. The chapters where Joey gets put into a gang. Joey joins a gang for a couple of chapters. It's fucked up.
Rejoins a gang.
Nice.
Technically, but yeah.
And this episode and the next one cover Duel 13 through 20.
Yeah.
We cover 7 chapters.
Shoddy.
I am back, and I'm kind of worse at this point in my arc. Don't worry.
Fuck you,
He's kind of a
Shotty's
piece
good.
of shit here, and it's really interesting to see.
I'm a piece of shit who will just kill people, yes.
Yeah, but listen, I love him. He looks so good. I love this version of Shoddy a lot.
Shoddy's great in Season 0.
Why are you crying? I'm not crying. You're crying. The Pharaoh is crying.
Fuck you. Fuck you, child. I'm not a child. Fuck you. It seems we were at a standstill.
Oh, also Miho, like, thinking that the thing is cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, God.
yeah.
I was like,
I like
come again? Sorry?
Honda absolutely getting demolished when he's trying to be like a hero, and she's just into weird shit.
I love the group just like hearing the people who found the puzzle died, and Joey's like, are you cursed, Yuki? He goes, of course not. I'm just imagining like they hear from the puzzle, help us, please, God! Our souls are trapped within for all eternity. And Yuki's like, that's got to be someone's ringtone or something. I don't know what the.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yuki's just like, oh wait, my grandpa might be calling me. Hold on, where's my phone?
Here's one of my favorite notes. I'm gonna trap Honda and Miho in a garbage can, have the garbage truck pick them up, and listen to their screams as the compactor crushes them.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
They kind of suck really
What did
bad.
Miho do to you?
Exist.
These episodes mark the first point in the manga where Kazuki Takahashi is just like, hey, I'm going to actually start developing out plot.
Anzu's great.
This is the first bit of like overarching story progression we've gotten basically since the puzzle was assembled.
They go to Domino Museum for the first time. I don't think they reveal it in this chapter or any chapter. I can't remember where. Like, I think it's a throwaway line, but Domino Museum is owned by Bakura's fucking family, so enjoy that.
I
Bakura?
don't remember hearing that
Bakura.
mentioned.
Wait, where's Bakura?
That's interesting.
He's not shown
Not
up
yet.
yet.
Bakura transfers into Domino High School later, so don't worry about that. We'll see him soon. Bakura from school, Bakura from another school who transferred to this school. That Bakura?
I love Tristan's whole plan. She's gonna see the mummy, get freaked out, and run into my arms. She sees it and goes, it's so cute because the head is shaved so it looks like a baby. And I'm like, this is Cat.
I love the leathery
This is
skin.
Cat.
Yeah. And
Just
then
100%.
Honda still has someone in his arms, and it's his fucking bro Jono Uchi who's pissing himself.
This shit's
What's a bio?
scary.
Nothing.
No, say it, Bio. I
No,
want to hear
no, it's
it.
okay.
Say it. You gotta
Say the
it.
line,
No.
Bio.
Oh, I thought it was interesting that someone else was like starting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoddy.
People with Millennium
Shoddy.
items can bring about shadow games. It's just that the only person so far that we've seen doing it is Yami.
Mm.
I really loved him standing there crying, and it's just like, these are the tears of the pharaoh who stands before us. It's like, wait, are they really bringing up how, despite it being a good thing to preserve history, that just sort of taking things from people's cultures and parading them around like this is kind of really shitty
Yes.
and awful?
Yes, actually.
Like, that took me so much by surprise.
He literally goes after the people who fucking found all of this shit in the tomb. And he literally
He's like,
weighs
you
their
interrupted
souls.
their eternal slumber and ruined our culture. I'm just gonna fucking kill you. It's like, I love this actually. This rules.
Yeah.
Shoddy's awesome.
Shoddy fucks.
I was not expecting that shit.
You can tell by how many
Also-
kids he has later on in Dark Side Adventures.
Also, I love that the second you see the benefactor of the trip, it's just like he's absolutely gonna try and steal the puzzle and sell it.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
Like frame one of seeing him, and then he's like, "Would you kindly let us display it at our museum for a day?" And it's like, "Yep, there it is. All right."
It's called the Kazuki Takahashi cheat sheet. If a character is fucking repulsively ugly or has like super fat fucking cheeks, they're probably a villain.
Yeah.
I don't know, Merrick.
Not those cheeks. Not those cheeks.
Ooh. You're right. You're right. Merrick do have that dumpy.
Kazuki Takahashi always draws villain, like evil bastard characters, either to be extremely attractive or repulsively fucking ugly. There is no in
Also,
between.
Merrick is less of a villain than Yami Merrick sent tweet.
I just started imagining like you know that video the dude is like anytime I eat peanut butter my cheeks inflate, so I just want to show it off.
Yeah.
Eats the peanut butter.
What?
He's like, no, oh, it's already worse than it was. He turns around and his ass is just inflated.
Yeah, that's such a good fucking TikTok.
I'm just picturing that, but Merrick now.
Anytime I steal an Egyptian god card, my cheeks inflate. I just wanted to show you.
Here I go. Oh god, that's so...
Oh, it's already happening. Oh,
Oh,
as he's walking, you just hear like,
yeah, as he's walking, you just hear,
He walks out of the room and you can just very briefly hear Bakura in the background. God damn!
Bakura's behind the camera, you hear, God damn! Yeah, sure, if you want a popular redraw, that would be it. Put that under the Yu-Gi-Oh
You
tag.
can link me the fucking video to use as a reference, yeah.
Hold on.
I really love the way that the scales look in this.
Oh yeah, they look really fucking cool. Like,
They look neat.
the early Yu-Gi-Oh art style lends itself really well to making things have a lot more of an air of mystery to them. Like, there's something about the way Shadi looks in these episodes that just makes you look at him and go, wow. He's pretty, but he's also extremely mysterious.
Also, just like, I always forget that Batsu game is actually just like punishment game. It just means that.
Yeah.
Because I hear Batsu game and I'm just like, oh, that thing that Downtown does.
Well, yeah, because
popular Japanese duo Downtown.
Well, yeah, because Batsu games in Japan,
it's just punishment game.
Like they'll just have
thing.
game shows where it's like, and if you don't do it right, you gotta go through a punishment. So when you think Batsu game, usually it's a more innocent context.
Yeah, you don't do the thing, Batsu game. So just hearing these characters go Batsu game, it's like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Matsumoto out, smack his ass cheeks.
I do love the idea of Shadi trying to get a read on why the fuck Yugi has the puzzle, and then getting his ass fucking tricked by Yami.
I'm sorry, wait, are you just gonna skip over the guy's chair turning into a giant alligator monster?
Yes, I am.
Because it was fucking sick.
It is really sick, and then his head gets ate, and then he's dead.
There is a girl drowning. Do you save her? Yeah!
Of course I save her. Scale tips against him.
You fucking liar. I didn't even add conditions to that. There was just a girl drowning. You could save her. Like that.
You could have gotten pussy, my guy.
But no, there were conditions. It's like a girl falls in the well. Are you going to save her? Also, she dropped a gold ring on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
that was it.
There's greed in your heart because you absolutely would have grabbed the fucking gold ring before trying to save her. Because, you know, he's just a greedy guy.
I think it's more like you absolutely would have grabbed the gold ring and then left her to die so the ring would be yours.
He could see everything with the Ankh, and then the scales just judge what he sees.
Yeah.
It's like, you're fucked no matter what.
Fun fact, these episodes are almost 1-to-1 with the manga, so there's not much censoring. There's only a few weird changes that I'll detail in a bit.
Well, yeah, because for the most part, none of these are things that anybody could ever hope to imitate because it's all Millennium item shit.
It's just really funny because a lot of these are really dark.
The only things that get changed are, in fact, for the worse because I ended up having to look at it.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Shoddy in the office looks, he's like, wait, that's the Millennium puzzle. What the fuck? Takes it with him, walks out, runs into Yugi. He was just like, oh, my puzzle. And he's like, wait, you solved the puzzle, tiny child? And he goes, yeah, it fucking sucked. Can I have it back, please?
Yeah, I'm not a fucking child. I'm 16 and I did it. So give me back my shit, dude.
Sure, let me just look at your room first.
He's so short. He's so short.
Let me show you my exact note for this.
Okay.
It was, you solved this puzzle, tiny child? Yeah, it fucking sucks. Can I have it back, please? Kitty face. How did you do that with your mouth?
Oh my god. Anytime that you try to remember emoticons online from the early 2000s, just remember, the first recorded use of uwu was in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction.
That's true.
Thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! For all the gifts that you have given us.
I like that even here, it's like, on the left is a room full of toys and other things a child would enjoy. Very innocent and pure. And on the right, here's the demon door. I'm glad they kept that across
it's so
original
good.
Duel Monsters also.
I didn't notice in the moment, but I don't know if they actually kept in the fucking veins.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Because
there were veins on the door.
In the manga, there's veins on the door and the wall.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the wall, but they definitely kept them on the door.
Yami Yugi's room is flesh.
It's a primal fucking ancient room. So yeah, it's a little bit fleshy.
Also, I really love that Tiny Yugi has one of those fucking worms on a string just on the ground.
Yeah, you know what else he got? Fucking trains. Let's go.
Let's go.
He's got a little turtle in there too.
It's really good.
So now Yami's just, it's time for the Yami no game. Go and find my real room. Shawty's like, oh, this will be easy as shit. I can just fucking manipulate things with the Ankh. I'm good. Opens a door, gets fucking suffocated. Almost gets a rock dropped on him. Gets set on fire. Gets a flood washed over him. Falls down some fucking stairs. Like, you did Shawty dirty, my man. You just
same as the manga. This man just constantly runs into traps. It's so fucking good.
I know, but it's just so funny.
It is.
God damn.
I mean, that's what he gets for breaking people's minds.
Yami just in the background watching this shit, laughing his ass off is probably the best fucking thing.
Yami chuckling at it is so good.
I like that they even they showed the whole sequence again in original Duel Monsters, like this exact thing.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was wild.
After Duelist Kingdom, because you still need to establish Shadi as a player for later on, and then you still need to establish these are two very distinct personalities that they could be the other halves of each other, but they're probably not.
My favorite note for this episode is just, I finally reached the real room. You've reached a room. Smiles. Why did you just say smiles?
Floor collapses.
Yeah, I love that
But
part.
then,
I was like, man, he
Yami
really
not
knows how to pick
actually
these doors.
evil.
Yeah. Yami only
Not
punishes
actually
people who
evil.
are wicked. Shadi is
Walks
not
over.
wicked.
Walks over, reaches out his hand. Here, let me help you up. He's just like, I guess I lost. Well, I'll just leave. And I just imagine him starting to walk away. And fucking Yami just going like, oh, be careful, there's another. And then the floor just falling out from him again. And he's like, son of a bitch.
Not even. He just goes, careful, there's another. And then from above the blocks that had all fallen from the floor, fall from the ceiling. Like there's a portal on the floor.
One smacks him in the head. He just falls over and unconscious. And he's like, oh, man.
I also just fucking noticed that Yugi's half of the wall is like made up of almost Tetris-looking blocks. That's really funny.
It's the puzzle pieces.
That's really funny.
Ooh, that's cool.
What a good detail. I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh!
I will forever stand by the thought that even if it means we never got the card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be so much better if it stuck with this, like, Death Note, Kakegurui, whatever sort of shit.
Death Note
Just
would be
like, here's the dark games.
It would be wild if Yu-Gi-Oh! Just stuck with this fucking theme.
I just really want another, like, series that is just this sort of setup. With Kid gets mystical item that makes him evil sometimes and does these fucked up evil games. I need more series like this.
Yeah, Death Note really is the closest thing that I can think of off the top of my head that we have to this. And even then, the item doesn't corrupt him. He's just been a piece of shit the whole time.
And even then, it's not even like doing fucking death games and stuff. It's just he writes a name in a book and kills them. And then it's just like mind games and stuff. I want like actual, we're going to play a little game. We're going to sit at this table. I'm going to take turns spinning this bottle around. And sometimes a monster will lick your face or something.
Yeah, fucking and this Yu-Gi-Oh is so unique because it has such a like respect for the mythos that it is borrowing from that you don't see in a lot of shit. Like this shit respects Egyptian culture.
Yeah. Is there episode 6?
Season 0, episode 6. I was so shocked they got right down to it in this episode. Like, Shadi's just a bitter fucking bitch.
I thought it was the same episode as like the previous one. I was like, dang, he's going after everyone. And then I was like,
it's the same
it's the next
line,
episode.
which is why you thought that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're just continuing the Shadi story.
Shadi shows up and just kills this dude. Pushes him out a window.
Yep.
And then watching fucking Yugi and his friends walking away from the hospital in the background, like, I ain't talking to these loser ass kids.
So
just dips.
in the manga, they actually show Shadi going into Professor Yoshinamori's soul room.
Yeah.
And it is like a historical, like, it is a group of historical texts, documents, artifacts, showing that he has reference for the shit he's doing. Like, it shows him as not an awful fucking person.
He's not solely in it for the greed. He respects and is interested in the culture genuinely, and he's not a horrible piece of shit.
In fact, Shadi basically only makes mention of one negative thing that's just, there's a faded picture of his family. He hasn't been giving them much attention lately.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Like, that's his only character flaw.
And then Shadi turns him into a fucking brainwashed zombie man that fucking chases after everybody in the middle of Domino City Museum in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so in the manga, this whole plotline takes place in the museum exclusively, and over the course of a single day. Not, fucking over the course of 2 days, and then it's at the school.
Well, that would explain all of this then, huh?
Yeah.
In the manga, that's
Professor
Solomon's
Yoshinamori.
friend. Also, Solomon is with them in the manga.
Yeah.
So Grandpa has to run from this fucking zombified freak.
And Joey is constantly getting chased by him, and at one point, like, straight up has to kick him so many times, like, attack him so many times that he knocks out all of his teeth.
It's so fucking funny.
It's really fucking awful. He did not deserve any of it in the manga, and fortunately in the anime, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna fucking torture this dude.
Yeah. The manga really emphasizes that Shadi, despite, like, having a mission, is willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to see it through, and that's fucking not okay. Like, even innocence.
I respect it.
I mean, yeah. You respect it because he did it to Honda in this one.
Yeah.
Also, another difference. In the manga, all he does with Taya is like, make her an empty shell. He does not have her go to school and try to fucking choke Yugi in the gym storage room.
Yeah.
No, she tried to knock over poles on him and then choked him out in the nurse's office.
It was horrifying to see this shit.
That was definitely something.
According to the official color version of Yu-Gi-Oh, the soul room for Taya is a little brighter and different. It's not like weird crystalline pastels, but honestly, it's fine either way.
It's fine.
I love the shot of him just looking at this faceless dude with big muscles. He's just like, I don't know what this means. And it's like, oh, it's because she's in love with this mysterious voice.
She's in love with Yami, but she doesn't know anything about him. It's great.
It's so funny.
Carl, I channeled you a little bit when that fucking came on, and I just wrote down, love that Shadi takes one look at a girl's inner soul and goes, women, am I right?
Yes, actually, he sort of did just do that.
Can I just say, this was fucking creepy, dog.
Yes, these are some of the creepiest chapters of the manga.
It's
Her
really
blank-eyed smile staring at Yugi.
Yes.
It's like, oh, this is awful. Her just follow him around, just like trying to strangle him and shit. It's like,
not to mention every face Honda makes.
They somehow made this worse for the anime. They somehow made it creepier for the fucking anime, and I love it.
I'm sorry, I just saw my note, Taya Bimbofication Hypnosis arc. I gotta go.
Jesus Christ.
Also, fucking Honda's messed up voice. That's beautification.
It's really fucked up.
The fact that he still has enough sense of self to say that shit is so fucking stupid. Yeah, like, Shadi is Merrick tier right now. And that's insane to think about. He's doing shit that Merrick eventually would.
It also goes to show that pretty much every Millennium item holder does something fucked up.
At least once. It's like a rite of passage.
Even a Shizu is not safe from the doing something fucked up thing, because, you know, a Shizu straight up is like cheating at a fucking game.
Yeah. But that's the worst she does, and so she's the least offensive member of the...
She's the least egregious, yes.
So he abducts fucking Anzu, hits her standing on a plank on the fucking roof with a rope.
Yeah,
just like she will drop to her death.
Yes.
These statues are the only thing stopping her from falling, but if you make my fucking heart waver, my little statue will break, and the Millennium Ankh will touch her hand, and she'll be freed. So anyway, look at this floor puzzle. I'm not going to show you any of the pieces, but it's a match game. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Anyway, here's a funny crocodile.
It is a mirror of the monster you see. Find the pairs, and it's like 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 hands, and 1 mouth. It's like, I would have been dead.
That's fair. But when I was reading this for the first time, I always thought that the center one was going to be Yugi. 'Cause, like, she's only holding 1 twink about to eat his fucking face off. And I guess I hadn't read it correctly. Like, I glossed over the part where it was a reflection of Ahmed. I thought it was just, like, a reflection of what is happening at that moment.
Yeah.
And still, the mouth thing is really neat, but the fact that they have to place, I think, the nostrils above and below the mouth is the funniest part.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, that's so good.
I also like the the second game they end up playing, where the floor just collapses underneath them, and then they have to toss the puzzle and make the other person walk in a direction. But what?
It's really good.
He's the shadow of your past. It's your friend when he was bullying you.
He would never do that anymore.
I refuse the most absolute king shit. I refuse to roll and do this to my friend. And then the spirit just goes, aye, that's cool, peace.
It's so good. But I love the little detail of, like, as soon as Joey says something from the past, like, it's a direct quote in the manga, I believe, of something he said, like, in chapter 1. Yeah. Yugi, not Yami's, Yugi's heart wavers enough to break 2 of the fucking shits.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's so good.
I was like, oh boy, that fucking hits.
It hits so fucking hard.
And the rope's starting to break and fucking Yami running over to catch Anzu and seeing Joey underneath, just like holding up the plank like, I'm not letting you fall.
Bro, the parallels, it's so good.
And fucking Shadi's just like, what the fuck's wrong with these kids? They care about each other?
My God.
What the fuck?
Shadi's just like, friendship is stupid. Love is temporary. You'll never fucking... What the shit? What the shit? That's my illusion. How could you do that?
Another person on Twitter. What?
Imagine being so shaken by friendship.
How did you break the rules like this? This doesn't make sense. It's friendship, Shadi.
Screw the rules. I have friends.
You'd know if you had friends, bitch. Bitchless.
The end of this episode is the best. Him just going, we'll meet again, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like,
it's so good. It's so good.
They actually called him Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so fucking good.
Also, I think it's wild that Illusion Joey is wearing the green because of the way they colored it. It's fucking weird to see, considering that green becomes his staple for Duelist Kingdom later, but
yeah.
So good. I fucking love it. Alright.
Season 0 rules.
Season 0 fucks. Real hard. It's great.
God, I'm looking forward to watching more.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for some of the things that they could cover next, because if they cover the fucking Mokuba capsule monsters thing...
They better.
Oh.
I feel like they have to.
What is that?
You'll find out.
You'll see. You'll see.
You'll see. You're gonna get to see Mokuba's first introduction in general to the public, and yeah, that'll be fun.
Is it bad?
He's a fucking gremlin. He is just as bad as Kaiba. It's great.
He's a child, and that's what I'm gonna say. Remember what we discussed about 99.5% of children.
You think Kaiba's a psychopath in season 0? So is fucking Mokuba. Like, same level.
Yeah, it runs in the family. All right,
man.
Least favorite game from these 6 episodes for everybody.
The money game against Ushio isn't quite as strong in the anime.
Yeah.
The manga version of it's a lot stronger. But I understand why they couldn't do it.
The first one.
Yeah, the episode 1 game with the cards and the ropes.
Oh, see, that was my favorite one. I thought that was really cool.
That was also my favorite one.
It's a good one. It's just of the games, I find it to be the weakest just because the manga version's better.
That's understandable. That's completely fair.
Yeah, I get that. Least.
I'll be honest with you, I can't pick a least favorite. All of them are really fucking good. If I have to pick one, I guess technically it's the Duel. Because we've been watching duels for a year and like...
Yeah, that's fair.
However many months. It's...
Kind of feels out of place with the rest of it, in a
a
way.
little bit.
What about you, Bio?
Yeah, I the waiting the feather one. Not a fan of that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that does count. That is a shadow game. Favorite game?
Shoddy.
Which shoddy one?
Which one do you think I mean?
Where the
I know
chair
which one
eats
you mean.
him.
That's fine. I just want you to say it.
Personally,
Episode 6,
I gotta go with the single finger game.
It is real good.
Single finger game is also
It's
really good.
really fucking strong.
The single finger game is so iconic for people who know early Yu-Gi-Oh! It is fucking peak. Like, this is what it could have been.
Even with the fucking slight change to the fucking punishment game, it's still hardcore.
Yes.
That man's gonna think he's on fire for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah, I like the card.
Favorite jobber?
Favorite jobber. I like the guy that always like the first convict that you meet who like gets out of jail and keeps like getting fucked over.
Oh, the
He's
hedgehog guy?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very funny with how pathetic he is.
Watch guy, because his punishment was really fucked up body horror, and I was like, God damn, dude!
Yeah. I said watch guy because he's the most pathetic of them and he deserved every second of it.
Carl?
Favorite jobber?
Kaiba.
That's entirely fair.
Kaiba, because he's like, you don't win. It's a draw. I can't believe I got a draw. Ah! You suck so much. It's so funny.
What a pathetic piece of shit, yeah. And the important question to ask. Did anyone not deserve it?
Miho didn't deserve to exist.
Not the context I meant.
Yoshimori.
I might not know the full I didn't contribute a lot to the last 2 episodes because I didn't really pay attention to them. But I don't know. Like the second guy that died didn't seem that bad. Maybe I like missed something.
Yoshimori didn't die even in the anime.
Oh, he doesn't die. Oh, I thought he like fell out the window.
He fell out the window, but they took him to the hospital.
Grapamoto specifically says it looks like it isn't fatal.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
And in the manga, he outright is not killed because Shadi has the barest minimum of respect to be like, okay, you're not fucking evil, so you know what? I won't kill you. But I will use you as a fucking pawn in my game.
Zombie time.
So yes, I agree. Professor Yoshimori did not deserve what fucking happened to him, anime or manga.
That is just correct. That's just a factual statement. Like, that man, he's on the level of, like, he's one of the few people who lives in Domino City who isn't a complete piece of shit. Because 90% of people who live in Domino City seem to be complete pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I think the major person who, like, was plot relevant, who didn't deserve it here, Anzu. She didn't fucking deserve that.
Oh, being like put on the roof in a dangerous position to die.
And not only that, but also being forced to like go to school, and try to fucking kill her best friend of multiple years.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, that's another funny thing that I like about the manga. There's just a couple of miscellaneous panels where Shadi outright is like, I recognize that what I am about to do to you, poor girl, is really fucked up and evil. I am so fucking sorry. But I have to do this anyway.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll get over it.
In the manga, he straight up is just like, yeah, what I'm about to do is very cruel, but, yeet, and then he does it.
That's a little trauma, I mean. Your entire generation's going to have it. Why
It's a little
not?
trauma between, friends.
It's like when you go to therapy, just look up, just tell them near-death experience, and you'll be good to go. You don't have to do any digging.
You think Kaiba Corp, in like the post-DSOD world where they own Domino City, pays any therapists
No.
to work there? No. God, no. What does it matter that most of these kids have had constant near-death experiences, possession, blackouts, fights to the death, all this shit? What does that matter? No. Suck it up and deal with it. Move on. That's Kaiba's response.
And that's that.
That's that for the first 6.
Thank you for listening to the longest episode of No Like we've done.
No.
Was it? I was like, I feel like this is long.
We've had a 2.5-hour episode before.
We have, haven't we?
Yes, we have. The next episodes we are watching are episodes 7 through 12. That is episodes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, go ahead and watch those for next time. And yeah, that's it. I'm glad everybody's liking season 0 so far, genuinely.
Yeah, it's great.
I fucking love it.
Kawaita zakebida.
Zakebida.
Holy shit, I didn't realize that episode 24 was 3 hours long.
Yeah, man.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn!
It's funny
See
how
you
you
next time.
It's funny how you remember episode lengths when you edit it. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Millennium Microphone. This podcast, as always, is something that we would not be able to continue doing as often as we do without your guys' continued support. So, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you so much for listening and watching every other week. We really do appreciate it. A reminder that we have stretch goals on our Patreon where you can help support us not only watching GX and 5Ds and Zeal, but if we reach Zeal, we'll put up solid numbers for Arc V. Maybe Vrains, maybe even 7s, but that's thinking very long term. For now, if you're interested, go check it out. If you're interested in our podcasting cousin, so to speak, we also have Dipships, the legitimate boating podcast that Carl runs. You can go check that out in the description. If you'd like to follow any of our social media, those are also in the description, usually Twitter and Twitch. So you can go ahead and follow us there, follow the Millennium Mike Twitter, all the usual stuff. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you next game.